Doing good. I got to reset I got my Chromebook here. You guys will see it pop up. You'll see it pop up with the weird little BIOS admin login. I don't know why my laptop does this, but it does. There you go. There's the Chrome OS. Nice, beautiful Chrome OS popping up. And yeah, there's the weird, this is actually not like a normal login screen. This is like a weird admin BIOS login screen, I think, but I do get to log in now. So I'm logging into my Chromebook. And whew, praise the Lord. I think I got to open up. Hey, Daniel, good to see you, man. Oh, nope, I don't want to go back to Streamlabs. I don't want to do that. Ducks Y YouTube. We're going to pull myself up, me, myself, and I, and see how good I can do here. And we're talking about Jezebels and Shovels tonight, folks. I know a lot of you guys aren't in the United States, but let's see what we can get working. Let's see what we can get in the works here. All right, and so shout out to you guys. Happy Saturday night, Friday night. If you guys are coming in, if I'm not mistaken, you guys would be coming in somewhere else in the world, and we'd be talking about, what day of the week is it? Man, it is Saturday for some of y'all. Some of y'all are even breaching onto the fun parts of Saturday. The fun parts of Saturday. Let's go. Let's go ahead and ask for some money. We got to get the grift on going, guys. So I'm going to go put up a red super chat goal. That's right. The goal is red super chats, even though all we're doing is not red super chats, but the goal is red super chats. Welcome. You guys can ask me anything about the history of political thought, philosophy, or Jezebels. We can talk about Jezebels, shovels, rich white guy stuff, whatever you guys want to discuss tonight. I am here for you. My name is Duck. The channel is Ducks Y. Welcome to the channel. I'm the host, so I'm the guy that welcomes you. My real name's Nathan. You can say anything, ask me anything, and I'll say yes to it. I'll say yes to it. Before saying no to things, let's say yes to it, right? We're introducing ourselves, right? Hey, you know, my good buddy Gianpaolo, my good buddy Fredo from New Brunswick, he tells me you meet a girl, right? What do you say yes? What do you say yes to first? First, you got to check, make sure you look good. Make sure you feel good. After you look good and feel good, you say, what's up? Yo, why do you have grow their hairs like that? Yeah, I mean, you know, I think part of it is just to fit racial stereotypes, right? You know, you invoke race twice in that way. My opinion, though, is to be anti-racist, right? So relative to anti-Semitism and the whatnot, I say, hey, look, we can both wear Belugiani belts. We can both wear Tagliani shoes. There's no problem, right? That's not your style. I'm not your stylist. So I would tone it down. What's going on? Rule Riak. Hey, sorry. I apologize. Do I like Israel? I never met the guy. Who is he? Right? Is this guy some schmuck at the club? Is he going to be hitting on the same girls I am? I'm back in action. Hell yeah. Let's go, baby. Let's go. See, that's what I like to hear. That's called saying yes. You say it's not about acting. It's saying yes to the moment, saying yes to the opportunity. It's saying yes to the opportunity that's in front of you. That's right. The cool Ox Gaming. Hey, what's going on? Hey, Bears jersey. Yeah, I got the Bears jersey, old school Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler was an NFL quarterback, kind of like Lionel Messi. He had a lot of buzz going into the league. Very popular. A lot of people were really excited to see Jay Cutler succeed. Never really took off. You had a great wide receiver core, great support players, Brandon Marshall, Matt Forte, Chris Conti in the backfield on defense. Great team. Never took off. Hi, New Year. What's your channel about? Hey, in reality, we do politics, philosophy. It's Friday night, so we're having a little bit of fun. Hey, if I get to have a little bit of fun, act it off, act some steam off, that's awesome. Yo, city of Norwalk, California. Norwalk, or is that Canada? I'm so dumb, Anthony Rivas, but great to see you. Hopefully you're having a great night. Hey, Steelers fan. I'm surprised. I thought you were a Cincinnati fan, Connor. I thought you were Cincinnati all the way through. I didn't know that. I would have thought Bengals. I would have thought maybe the Browns, but Steelers, yeah, fear the towel. The terrible towel is what they say. Big time cultural thing here. Can you explain me NFL as I'm a soccer fan? Hey, what's going on, Hassan? It's very stupid. It is the NFL is like what 11 or 12 guys dress up and run into each other, and they do so with quantum physics in their head. And then you have 70,000 people in the stadium watching 12 dressed up men run into each other while they think about lions and bears and math and triangles, right? Lots of triangles still, lots of triangles. So you still basically, you offset yourself from the defense. You still run in these groups and lines is how you teach the system, your zone or your man coverage, and you play your position, right? So it's similar to soccer in that way. He said, your son, you're done. Cool. Yeah, Chicken Run's talking about baseball, I think. I don't know. Baseball, whatever. And NBA, NFL, leave the YouTube continent. Hey, shout out to you guys. You guys are spending time on YouTube tonight. Absolutely. I try to recommend people get some time outside. Go explore the internet, right? If you're stuck online, you can get basically a college education. Like I said, no super chat requests or anything, but you guys can ask me questions about Western or just the topics of political science, social science, philosophy, science. I have a foundation in all these topics, whatever. And yeah, where is the Harry Potter DVD and microscope? Yeah, the background, we're just doing it in the closet tonight. God, I hope the Spurs win. Yeah, crazy comeback, man. It looked like part Space Jam, but just an outperformance. Do I watch FIFA? Maybe I should. I'd have to stream it, right? I don't like ripping stuff illegally. I don't really have a place to go. I don't know. Maybe one of you guys can buy me an iced tea and I'll go watch it. No, I don't need it. A duck burger, cool. I don't know why you're telling me about duck burgers, but yeah, that's cool. That we basically the accomplishments of the species, the accomplishments of humans is turning many different foods into hamburgers. And then once you sell the hamburger, you buy missiles with it. And then the more missiles you have, the more hamburgers you can make. So there's the equation. It's still there. Boy, your hair's getting long. Hey, you growing it out. Hey, what's going on? Ellie or Ely or whatever it is. Yeah, it's getting long. I don't know. Hey, if you've got male styling tips, something, leave them in the comments. Thank you. How you doing, brother? My wife left a note on the fridge saying it isn't working. I'm leaving. I opened the door, the light was on, and the beer was cold. I have no idea what she was talking about. Hey, I'm sorry about that. I don't know if that's a real story. If it is, I'd recommend, finding it in yourself and doing some stuff with people. Brunson is a literal sniper. You need a 4K PC. 4K PC, I guess, so I can download OBS. We can play Fortnite. We can play Roblox. We can play FIFA games. I guess I can learn. You guys can teach me how to play soccer in real time. Hey, a salmon burger is crazy good. All kinds of food, very nutritious, very good, omega-3 acids. And so there's always, even for moral choices, I hold to veganism. It's still the case that you can look at the micro and macronutrient profile of many different foods and find a balance and find what you like to eat and what you find morally acceptable if you apply that to your diet. What's up? Hey, what's going on? Nice username. Yeah, that's very nice. Very cool. Free Carmelo Anthony. Yeah. Depending on either way you look at it, I think, whether you think justice was served or it was not, whether that was a just outcome from a long criminal proceeding, something with a lot of public attention. It's a very sad outcome to see one young person dead, one young person in custody now for 35 years. You need Jesus Christ, brother. Do I? Yeah. Hey, I'd say yes. Yeah. I mean, if you guys want to send a red super chat, I'll tell you about the Jezebels of the Old Testament and New Testament in today. You guys want to send a red super chat? I will preach from the pulpit of Jesus. I'll share some analog stories, how to rid yourself of the Jezebels. Bahaha, my name is Charizard Baller 69, Saint-like. Hey, what's going on? Nature's Amnesia, great to see you. So what's your diet, Duck? I eat like an Indian guy, right? An India, Kenyan, American guy, right? So in my best of times, I eat a bunch of mung beans, yellow split peas, beans, potatoes, yeah, yeah, and that kind of stuff. I guess those whole foods are tide you over. They're very healthy. All kinds of stuff. How do I make money on my artwork? Um, you paint harder, right? This is what I would say as an American. You gotta paint like you're competing against diesel truck engines. You guys know about this, not just in the United States. We compete with a lot of diesel truck engines in the US, but wherever you are, you gotta paint harder. You gotta use harder colors. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You can draw Barack Obama like a Muslim, and that's typically how people do it, right? Just introduce more extreme topics. Yeah. Don't HRI. I don't know what that means. I'm a criminal. I stole a chocolate from a 90-year-old. Oh my gosh, how did you get away with it? I don't know what's going to happen to you. I don't even care, quite frankly. I'm so disgusted. I'm so disgusted at the circumstance that you caused, not the one it came from. So I'm disgusted by you. You'd steal chocolate from a grandpa. Disgusting. Disgusting, everybody. You know, I just want to mention too, while we're talking about it, I wouldn't steal from anyone. I wouldn't steal from anyone, but I am especially outraged when I hear about theft from old people. It's disgusting. Come on. Don't bring a knife to school. Yeah, don't bring a knife to school. Okay. No, I'm just okay. Yeah, absolutely. So, people that carry weapons are carrying weapons. So what does that mean, right? It means you're a dipshit. Gloves successful, brother. I don't know what that means. Definitely not Brad. Gloves successful. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means. Who's teaching diesel engines to paint? Anyone who's smart, right? If you can teach ChatGPT or Anthropic, OpenClaw, Claude Code, all these AI programs to do your work for you, you can teach them how to paint. Why not teach a mechanical engine, right? Kind of stick it to the man, big tech. Say, hey, we don't need big technology industry. I can teach my engine to paint. I'm a toddler. I drank milk from my cousin's bottle. I'm worried about the legal another form of theft. It's only chocolate. Yeah, hear this guy. It's only chocolate. Okay. Yeah, it's the Second Amendment for dipshits. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, actually. It's funny I'm glad you say it that way. It's funny we make sand think. Yeah, we turn sand into glass. Don't we turn it into processors, all kinds of weird stuff. I don't know how it works. My middle school had knives in the drawers, cooking classes. Nobody batted an eye. This was like 2014. What are you talking about? Okay. Gloves is another streamer that you are a twin of. He's a loser though. So you're the successful brother. Oh, word. Yeah, I've never met the guy. Don't know who the guy is. But yeah, I always wish other streamers have a good time. Their audiences have fun with them, all that kind of stuff. Jux, brother, you trolling? I don't troll, guys. I ain't trying to troll. There's circumstances where bringing a weapon is unnecessary. My girlfriend said football is for bad people. Should I leave her? Yeah, I mean, you should make sure your brain's healthy. Football, soccer players, these guys get dumb, right? You train too hard as an athlete. You do dumb stuff. You lose sight of stuff. So, whatever. It's all good. Dude, your beard grew so fast. I'm impressed. Hey, thank you. Yeah, the beard is very long. I don't trim it that often. I need a haircut, but I think I need a haircut by internet standards. I don't look like myself. I don't look like a dude I'm happy with or whatever. I don't know. My name is Jack Goff says, I used to be a diesel mechanic, but when I tried to train a computer to do my job, it hit me in the pecker with an impact wrench. It can happen, right? It can happen. Yeah, it's hard because AI and robotics are replacing people's jobs. They are replacing people's jobs. You usually don't learn about it until you're being displaced. This is called disruption. All right. Bro, how much do you earn from YouTube live on average? It really varies, right? My biggest stream ever, I made $175, I think. I think it was like $175. And then, yeah, so pretty good money. I'm not complaining. YouTube takes 30%, but it's in the US. But a lot of times I'll be live for an hour and a half. Usually if there's no big donations, I'm kind of out of the mood for it. I'll stream for an hour or 2 hours. And sometimes I'll make $0 or $2 or $3, right? And I'm in the US. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, it takes a special something for YouTubers to be really successful. Yeah. for YouTubers to be really successful. I'm right now for my channel, for business purposes. You guys want transparency. Nobody cares. But if you want to hear it, I'm trying to build an audience, subscribers. You guys like the stuff I say. You guys do want to talk about politics or philosophy. You guys want to shoot the shit. You guys want to bullshit with me. I don't care, right? We're all old enough to have some fun together. And yeah. And then, yeah, I'm going to have streams that I maybe don't raise a ton of money, but I'm going to steer you guys back onto the stuff we talk about here. So that's the answer. How much do I earn on YouTube Live on average? It depends. How will the Bears do this season? I got no clue, man. I got no clue. Probably not good. Do crabs think fish can fly? Maybe. I think that's pretty far off, right? Ominous shadows. I don't know. I think that's pretty far off from how animals perceive things. I always think about how crazy it is, just the constraints. You guys, oh, bummer. Unk. Shut up. You guys tell me to shut up. I'm not going to. So, but I do. I think it's a little nuts when we see, like underseas vents or where RNA and all this other stuff transformed into these replicating robots. But it wasn't, right? It was this messy. It was like these clumps of clay. Get this through your head, right? You can picture if my laptop, my Chromebook duplicates. There's you guys. There's me. There's you guys. There's me on my Chromebook. If my Chromebook duplicated like RNA, it maybe looks the same. Maybe it doesn't. Who knows, right? It's just doing stuff. It's using energy to make stuff. But when we think about DNA replication, this DNA replication, life, how we define it, it's very different. So to think all this stuff maybe was happening early on Earth, pretty crazy, right? That's a constraint. That's saying crabs don't think fish can fly. That's a wild idea. That's a cartoonish idea. I think clowns hold that idea. Did you grow your beard so fast? It just grows like this. I don't know. I'm one of those. What's the legal consequences for Trump being on Epstein Island? Nothing if the law is not applied, right? Man, my grandma had sex with my mom, man. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm not going to joke about on the channel. We're not going to joke about familial abuse or domestic violence. Thank you. Fuck all that. Your beard makes you look Muslim. Football good. I like football. I am a toddler. I stole my cousin's milk bottle. I'm worried about the legal circumstances. Okay. I never played football because I was scared of breaking my collarbone. I never played football because I was scared of breaking my collarbone. I wrestled, guys got injured. I blew my knee out one season. I blew my knee out like a bitch. So contact sports are hard. Wrestling, you learn, just having to go practice 2 hours a day, it's tiring. It's a privilege too. And the files are never coming out. Dreams that won't happen. Whatever. Okay, whatever, guys. Yeah, the Second Amendment is for dipshits. What about the First Amendment? First Amendment's pretty good. Is AI replacing you, nerd? Probably. Yes, AI sucks. Yeah. I put my pecker in robots. Cool. Shout out to you, Learning Experience. Did you see the soccer match? I didn't watch it. Hey, thanks so much for the stars, man. Very charitable. Thanks for the times 6, times 9, times 9. Thank you so much, dude. I played football my whole life and never broke a bone. Gloves made me like $300 per stream. It is wild. Connor, I ended up completely shattering both bones in my legs skateboarding instead. Dang. Just says dang. Connor just says dang. AI was going to take my job till we gave the boss a bump on the head. Yeah. We who knows? Maybe we'll see a rise of unions in the future, but who knows? It seems like people are voting for fascism and authoritarianism. Donald Trump, I'm not trying to get too serious, but he takes out this Trende Aragua guy with military technology, another country, another drone, this kind of missile, this kind of stuff. It's all the big stuff coming into the focus. Big stuff coming from left field, coming in the focus, going out doing the thing. AI is going to come take your job. It's not that Harvard scientists are bad. It's just that the guy that's paying for it now it has lied to you, or he's okay with your manager, your boss lying to you. The person at the Chick-fil-A drive-thru, the person at the drive-thru line, the fast food vendor, they all lie to you, right? No problem, right? What if I stole some lettuce from my grandma? Hey, guys, this is getting pretty rough in there. How do you stay sane by talking so much? I've always been talkative. Are you worried about circumstances? I'm worried about consequences, right? One day I'll get you guys, if you guys have never talked to a real Mexican, I'm in Arizona, right? My Uncle Tio, he'll talk you straight. He'll talk about the consequence, but before he talks about the consequence, he'll tell you the story. He'll tell you what happened. Okay? So you just ask Uncle Tio. You'll say, hey, Uncle Tio, what happened? And I'll say, what? You want to hear about a consequence? That's how it goes down, right? That's how you converse like a normal person, not in the weird internet language. How's it going on? Okay, what's going on, Abel? How do you stay sane by talking so much? I can't do an ollie even, so my bad. Damn, bro. I am a motor engine. Yeah, motorboating son of a bitch. Yeah, damn. You know, motors, we invented, motors work just by filling these pressure chambers, right? So it's basically heating things. It's converting solid material into fuel. And then when those materials turn into fuel, they release energy based on the energy density sometimes, and just what happens when it's combustible. And it heats these chambers, and then it pumps these chambers up, the pressure drains things, whatever. But yeah, you know, there is centuries in human history driven by just this type of technology. And people asked, how big can it be? What can you do with it? You know, eventually trains dotted the landscape in almost every nation state. So crazy stuff. Everybody steals from elders, so why wouldn't I? You know what I'm saying? No, I don't think so. Yeah, I think we need great healthcare systems. I also think we should have laws, right? I don't think it shouldn't be. I don't know why it's a topic, but yeah, we should have laws that protect senior citizens from criminal actions, right? And ensure that those healthcare programs and the values that support those institutions are being funded. Bro looks crazy. Yeah, I am Pinche Loco, Holmes. What's up? What's up, Holmes? I'm a tennis ball. How do you stay sane talking so much again? Is it Vin Diesel? Yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen Xander Cage. You guys have seen Fast and the Furious as well. But Vin Diesel, he's a very famous icon and civil rights leader for a lot of Mexicans in the U.S., including my Uncle Tio. General Ludd versus Machine. I don't know what that means. I'm a basketball. No, you're a tennis ball, Holmes. You're a tennis ball. How do you say staying talking so much? Again, am I a caveman? I do have a thick brow. If you want to see, I got a thick brow. You know, hey, I'm no Vin Diesel, but I do have a thick brow, Holmes. I'm sorry. Hey, what's up? Somebody asks if I'm Jewish. I don't know why you're asking. I covered that one earlier. But generally, we're not an anti-Jew channel. We didn't set out a channel to have no Jews on it. So I don't know where that's going or where it came from or what. Brush your beard, your hair looks good. Yeah, only me, right? I've earned the right. Brush your beard, your hair looks good today though, right? Doesn't it? How do you stay sane talking so much? Can you stop spamming that? Hey, I'm scrolling all the way down. Where are you from? You should be. Go Browns. Man, I forgot. It's like you guys were writing an essay or a novel for me, and now I don't know what you're saying. That's crazy, dude. Wait, are we running for office in the future? Just kidding. You might be based, but I can't tell yet. Hell yeah. I'm actually super based, Angel Existential. Hell yeah. I'm not going to be running for office, but yeah. I'd rather have in the United States, I'd rather have good conservative GOPs and good progressive candidates than MAGA. You know, this is nonsense. It's crazy. I needed your opinion. Cool. If you tag me at DucksY, maybe you'll get my opinion. I don't see anyone that tagged me at DucksY. It's not that hard. At capital DUCKS at WHY. It's not that hard. You can tag me at DucksY. And yeah, I don't charge super chats to read comments or introduce a topic. Machines are just fancy Rube Goldberg machines. Yeah, Rube Goldberg machines are really fascinating. Where does meaning come from in technology and machinery? That's a great question. You know, when we're using Newtonian mechanics and thermodynamics and fluid dynamics and these types of systems to engineer things like combustion engines, you know, material science tells us what the fuels are like or the engine blocks got to be like so they don't blow up, whatever. I don't know. I'm not an engineer. I'm not a scientist. But yeah, where does meaning actually come from? Why can't we say that the engine that we built is actually kind of absurd? It's kind of absurd when you put it together and just look at it, right? Don't stop looking at it. You know, if you want to think more like an engineer, what can you look at in that sort of machine and say, is this like a Rube Goldberg machine? Is it just a random series of steps that produces a nothing outcome and a funny outcome? Or is it like this thing is actually ordered? It's well designed. It sounds like we could talk about this as like an entropy system like we do atoms or a desk or something like this. Dux, why do you talk so much? Can you stop asking the same question? I appreciate it, though. You're cool, man. Love from Andromeda. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Democrats are better than what we have right now. Hey, it's all good. Shut up. Somebody just says shut up in the chat. No way. I'm not doing that tonight. Are you guys on YouTuber reviewing some rare motorcycles? Nobody here rides bikes. Nobody here rides bikes. If you guys are talking about riding bikes, nobody here wants to hear it. Nobody here wants to hear it. Do I know? Whoa. Do I know Dixon? I don't know Dixon anything. I don't know Dixon anything. Very funny. Very funny. This guy's got jokes. We got the Comedian of the Year award going out to my buddy here. All right, what's next? This is a good conversation. Love to hear it. Yeah, thank you. Shout out to you. Let's talk about God. Cool. All right. Sure, yeah, somebody say something about God. If you guys want to talk about shovels, you guys want to talk about Jezebel spirits, you guys want to talk about the weak men of Melchizedek, Ishmael, etc., and the whatnot, you guys can send me a red super chat. I'll tell you about Jezebel spirits. Trolls are so lame. Absolutely, right? You know, I think everyone agrees. Trump 2028 says, David, hey, thanks so much, brother. Very beautiful super chat. Thanks. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, what do you guys think? I don't think 2028 is going to be Trump's year. It's something I don't want to care to think about either, right? That would mean fascism. Humans are so annoying, dude. They're so dumb, right? Yeah, specific fact, particular fact. Well, I mean, ethnically Jewish laughing. I don't know what that means. I'm a sub. You should look like him. I don't know what that means. Who am I looking like? I don't want to be anything other than what I've been trying to be lately. But all I have to do is think of me and be somebody else. I'm tired of thinking about you to do what I gotta do and who I gotta be to do. Yeah, you guys. Hey, just a shout out to the Indians in the chat. You guys are throwing me off with your microtonal 32-note musical scale and the whatnot. We only have 8 in the United States, right? In the imperial system, we only got 8 notes. Usually I can sing, hey, what's going on? Wanagi, 1056. And he helped in the Love Islands. I don't know what that means. Love from Andromeda. That's a galaxy, isn't it? Yeah, we got 7 or 8, right? Don't we? I'm tired of thinking about you, wondering what I gotta do and who I'm supposed to be. You can't hide your serpent seed. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Yeah, that's a great one. Do you need? Yeah, okay, cool. That's nice. That's 7 there, right? Isn't it? What about the bass notes? You happen to know how bad AI really is for us in terms of our drinking freshwater systems. Cool. That's awesome. I think that's awesome. Cool. AI, I don't know what AI does for our freshwater systems. Yeah, I'm not a hydrologist, but yeah, interesting to learn. You're a racist. I don't think I'm a racist. Why ducks? Because I love ducks. So I'm thinking here with women, it's clear as day, but why do men have nipples? What's the purpose of them? I don't know. Treble clef. Yeah, it's just a 7 in the Western scale. Cool. All right. You guys know all the words. You guys know all of it. You guys already know it all. Okay. Edom is not European Christians. Ducks are cool. Pigeons can't fall on you if they never flew. Oh, man. You race well with grandpas and grandmas. All right, thank you. Message for mozzarella sticks. Hi, that's very funny. That's one of the funniest things I've ever heard. Talk about India and its greatness. Okay. Yeah. Of course, so India releases their nuclear weapon, right? The big release, 1960s, 70s, and they call it like the peaceful fat Buddha or something like this. I don't fucking know. Yeah, cool story, huh? Go USA, great result, 4-1. Hey, nice, we got a win in Los Angeles. I think that's good to hear. We should be excited. Have you ever made instant coffee in a microwave? Yeah, I've made instant coffee in a microwave. What's your opinion on the Spanish Inquisition? I don't know. Maybe they'd get the Spanish flu. Who knows? Talk about the Jignesh. Is he racist? Good Catholics, right? Hey, Catholics don't talk about the Inquisition. Yeah, we do. What about? I don't know who that is. I appreciate your input on my comedic expertise. Cool, thank you. I don't have any expertise myself. Thoughts on Suzuki? Is it reliable? Yeah, absolutely. My pops drove a Suzuki. Great car. Great car. The guy stole chocolate from my grandpa. Cool. Amazing. My love stove cracked to the fridge at night and made a baby. I could be going crazy. I could be going crazy. Cool. Thanks. That sounds good. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, very, very consistent, right? North Korea is going to sneak attack every major city via sub. That doesn't make sense, right? That violates deterrence law and doesn't seem to follow from any known modality of conflict that's ever existed. You know, there's this like one game. There's this game like The Last Stand where there's a certain defeat, and then you wonder in light of certain defeat what your opponent or enemy is going to do. And so, yeah, what's your purpose here? It's just streaming, Carlin Baker, saying yes to stuff. How do I say yes to my purpose here? India is a developed nation. Somebody's not gay either. Happy Pride Month, everybody. Talk about, yeah, it's good to be gay. I'll say some words on this. It's good to be gay. You know, I think if you're born in a society, and yeah, you get to be here talking with us today. You've witnessed things others have not. You notice things others don't. And maybe you've made friends others haven't. And so it's not only acceptable to be gay, it's actually good to be gay, right? Well, where would society be with single identity, right? With monoculture, with heterogeneity, whatever. If we talk about the patriarchy, not everybody follows. I would say this, just in my own defense, not everybody follows identity politics. So when you say cis white male, I think you're justified saying that, but I'm not always like that. But yeah, I think that for Pride Month, people can learn what the word queer means. People can learn where queer identity comes from. They can learn about LGBTQIA and more ideological statements, different notions of liberations or trans identity sort of thoughts processes. And yeah, learn about the gay civil rights movement. There are lots of cool philosophical, poetic, artistic, and philosophical ideas. Israel Chai Kai. Sure, right? I don't know. You want me to associate with the country I've never been to? Yeah. I do political science on the channel. So I absolutely think Israel is a Western state. They're a democracy. And yeah. And so what, I don't know what you want me to say. I don't know what you want me to say. You're the one tainting it. You're the one tainting it. Have fun. You fucking assholes. Love the gays, right? Yeah. Dumb people are the enemy. Dumb people are the enemy. Yeah. I don't know how that works, but okay, cool. Sounds good. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, absolutely. Liberal Jew. I don't know what that means, Carlin Baker. I don't know what that means. Pikachu or Mewtwo. Yeah, I had Pokemon Blue, so I'd go Squirtle. Dreamman, yeah, cool. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Do you ever notice that when they release games, the first time they release a game, they put out the bright colors. It's always the blue, red. And then at some point, once people get fucked up beyond recognition, this is the word foobar. At this point, what do people say? What do you have to say? Well, they make these crazy like alien levels, slime levels, slime, right? Slime battle rifle, battle Fort Royale, And so it's weird, you see games like Fortnite that just do all the colors all at once, and you're like, what's the deal with this, right? It's a little fucked up, isn't it? Yeah, but have you seen them do it? That's the crazy part. Atheistic Jew, aka Bolshevik. Yeah, that's ideological, right? Bolshevik would be ideological. And so an atheistic Jew it's referring it. I believe it's relating to either a politicized or ethnicity, right? It's an ethnicity or a political identity. It isn't. I also don't feel like it's owing itself all the way over to like race realism, right? It's saying there's this constructed definition. You fucking know what it is, right? Don't lie about it, you schmuck. Nintendo or PS5. I didn't know how much those things got. It makes sense, right? I'm a dummy. I'm very rich white guy. I have a lot of stuff, but my 8-core Chromebook, right? I got this thing for $70 new at Best Buy. On sale, clearance deal, 8-core AI chip, so it's got virtual memory and whatever. I got my smartphone, but I was shopping for PCs and realized I could build a Roblox for it. I could play Fortnite. I could do all this stuff on like maybe a $600 used PC, maybe about $800, $900 PC, whatever. But then I was looking at PS5 and I thought the thing would be $400. $400 for the new one. It's like $900. $900 for a game system. Yeah, I was that surprised. I was that surprised when I first saw it. So, yeah. I just remember, because it's a late night stream, my grandma would buy me one. Both my grandmas are dead. But, they'd buy me one. In my head, I'd be like, wow, thanks, grandma. I'd also be like, wow, you dumb bitch. You just spent $900 on this fucking thing. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Never say that to your grandmother. Are you sure? I only ask because I'm ethnically Jewish. Cool. Yeah, shout out to you. Yeah, hey, I've got friends online that, are Jewish. Some talk about it, some don't. I've got friends that are Ashkenazi, whatever. Hey, I don't care. Got Persian friends, whatever. I don't care. Yeah, I grew up in this little engineering center. And so you wouldn't be surprised. I had, no offense to anybody, but I had friends from India, IIT, right? Pakistani friends, parents here on a visa, great doctors, right? Came to the United States, Persian friends, Sikh friends, Jewish friends, all kinds of stuff. We're all over, right? Black friends. People have been all over. So I don't hold any ill will against any one person. Hey, no offense. Where are you on the political compass? I vote in the US. I vote progressive Democrat. It would be like a Labor Party, right? Labor Party, not all the way Democratic Socialist, not all the way, building on group politics, saying we have to address the problems coming from your side, right? Not all the way into we have to no to whoever just said the A word. Spartan. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so not all the way there, but we do talk about some fiscal responsibility. We talk about fiscal responsibility. The Democrats, the party I vote for most often, will talk about oil and gas, energy spending, and just kind of look and say, well, at some point, you got to think it's so absurd that we make progress on it. Hey, what's going on, Buffoon? Good to see you. Whatever it takes to destroy Edom. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means. Yeah. Edom. Yeah, this guy, though. This is one thing I don't get, right? This guy, Melchizedek, he was called Elohim, and he was also referred to as the horse Jew in the same breath. So there are parts of the Torah. There are parts of the Old Testament as well. Christians love this stuff, right? Christians erect different sects of churches to fight about it that I don't agree with. Hey, what's going on, Amen? Take some Benadryl. Your allergies are really bad. I don't want you to get a sinus infection, Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, we got medical. If you guys need medical advice, my name is Morty Schwermer. I own a family practice and I repair bicycles on the weekend. Thank you. Call me. My name is Morty Schwermer. Thank you for reaching me. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the help. I just can't really take it. Christ is king. Okay, cool. Take some Benadryl. Yeah. Okay, guys, try to keep up, guys. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, what's going on, Jaden? Just remember, we don't know what the future holds for us. Maybe it will be good, dude. Right? Yep, absolutely. Yeah, guys, I did publish a blog on the philosophy of fatalism, so more of a grown-up piece. It's like niche philosophy, right? Not very popular. I talked about how it comes up in the news every now and then. Yep, absolutely. That's right. That's absolutely right. Show your feet. I don't have feet to show. Hit the like button if you haven't. Get closer to God, Rat. Somebody says this. Okay, cool. Okay. All right. So what's it for? What's it all about, right? What's it for? I put up a 2-hour super chat goal. I say I want to talk about Jezebel's Christian stuff. I want to talk about Christianity. What's the problem with it? But I'm also seeing these red pill spaces, these Myron Gaines types. Guys, just stay away, right? I'm not trying to warn you. I'm not trying to steer you off of a good time. I'm telling you, you're going to lose more than you gain when you guys listen to these fools. What's your opinion on Chief Keef? I don't know. He's a rapper, right? So, yeah, these guys, artists have to constantly stay on top of the charts. So, whatever. You give over your creative control to the audience at some point. So, whatever, Yeah, his name's Chief Keef. His name's not, fucking Big Papa on my friend's couch doing a podcast. So the guy's obviously going to be putting out music. Taco Jezebel. Trump is a massive Zionist. Don't say things like that, guys. These ideologies have been conflated with racial realism, with racializing things that don't need to be. And so what I'm just really curious is why we have to do deliberation, discourse in politics. We have discourse online, and this comes from or goes to it. It is underneath deliberative democracy, right? Deliberative democracy, strong democracy, other forms of participation, right? You want to be in on the action. Hey, sometimes that means it's like a school board meeting, right? You're the guy, you're the guy, so you go do that, right? You go do that, you sit on the policy council, you vote, you show up. So this is what I don't get, why you guys put other people's ideology out there. What the fuck does that have to do to me, right? No offense. What if I ordered, I was at a sports bar. You guys tell me, go watch, hey, you say duck, Nathan, and I say, hey, what? And you guys tell me, go watch the FIFA World Cup, bring your phone with me tomorrow. Bring my phone with me and go watch the World Cup. And I say, okay. And then I get there and I say, Joe King Buffalo had a chicken sandwich yesterday, so cheeseburger, right? It has nothing to do with me. That's what I don't get, right? Ashkenazi Mexican is not a Mexican. Cool, that sounds accurate. Do you think Speaker... Hey, thanks so much, Romeo. Okay, cool. Do you think Speaker Knox could have been the next Michael Jackson? Cool. Soccer's for Europeans. And you know what they say about Euros. Once again, North Korea is going to be put end to this man's and everyone else's madness. We're all out of touch. I don't know why you're praising a repressive state, a state that has been marred with political problems since one of the most violent wars ever. The Korean War killed 5,000 people a day. That's the number. That's the umbrella. The umbrella we're actually dealing with is 5,000 human beings died a day. And it was around this very ugly DMZ that still exists today. Landmines. We're talking about military spending. We're talking about consistent aggression, zero conversations back and forth. So when you say, well, the resulting state and, whatever human impact it has had since the 1950s, that's what you mean by North Korea. I don't know why you're talking about this when you're saying, I don't know what problem you're looking to identify or solve. What are you talking about? You're not talking about North Korea. You're not talking about politics. North Korea is a dead society. Yeah, made up stuff. If I was Destiny, I would say, hey, specific person, specific fact. I'm not really going to buy that. You know what? Should I buy it? Couldn't harm anything outside of South Korea. Yeah, Modern Warfare 4. Zerabear JD James says, what's up? Yeah, what's going on? American flag and sick. Hopefully you guys are all having a good day, right? Sometimes it's a great day to be patriotic, I guess. Some days it's not. What is patriotism? I think it's saying fuck you to the government sometimes. Hey, prove me wrong. Right? Government's supposed to be small. I think we can support people and we can support the norms and values in our institutions that we ought to, that we feel good about supporting. We feel good about these things because everyone understands them. They produce shared values, and where that breaks and where it falls off, I think it's beyond most people to begin with. It's only going to be on PS5 and PC. I was just talking about $900 PS5s, right? You guys want to send me $900 for a gaming PC next month? You guys can send me all the money. How do you feel about the fact China is a society in decline and would collapse by 2050? Look, you guys can go behave like the Chinese Communist Party. You can give money to local animal rescue farms, no-kill shelters. You can give it to NGOs like care.org. So there's a lot that you guys can do. The Chinese government is marred by technocratic challenges and opportunities. So it's a very exciting and difficult time. China has very difficult economics. China still has 25% of their economy is state-controlled. And China also has the benefit of being a very stable nation state, now consuming 16 to 17 million of barrels of oil a day. So yeah, absolutely. If you want to talk about repression and authoritarianism, you can go to Hong Kong versus Beijing versus the rural areas. And I think it makes sense to look at cultural definitions and to take a step back, look at how we think about things, but still have some normative direction around it. I don't know who a bad guy is in that situation, right? Whatever. I don't know. You guys, it sounds like you guys are asking me to get into a pissing match with myself. I'm not going to do it. Burgers or pizza. I'm not going to do it. Come on. I'm not going to do it. There's a nuclear country. It's much deeper. Yeah, there isn't China as a triad, right? Nuclear triad. You guys know that, right? Cool. Lubavitcher is an American capitalist disguise. I don't know what that is. But okay. Could I steal your tennis ball, please? Do you love to eat sausages? No, I'm a vegan. I like vegan sausages, though. Yeah. Love from Andromeda. Henry Ford developed Henry Ford, right? They said this guy's a great anti-Semite. They looked at, they said this Henry Ford guy's a great anti-Semite. He's not going to care. He's not going to care as long as his factories, they're pushing out engines for these airplanes and tanks. This Henry Ford guy's not going to care, And then to make it up, we said, hey, this Frank Sinatra guy, right? He's going to go help these Jews in Israel. BB is the devil in human form. Do we all agree? No. We don't. Okay, so that's the end of that. Do I like to hear your opinion on the first known trillionaire happening after this IPO? Elon Musk abandoned a lot of his values. Whatever. We don't know the guy, but it appears that these Civ scale technologies have produced a lot more of the same, obfuscated the conversation, and Elon Musk he himself has employed diversion tactics to pump up the value of his own company stock. And so, yeah, it's an example of market inefficiency in my view. Cool. Yeah, I apologize. All right. Thank you. Yeah, study. Sure. I'm just going to clear some of the spams. Some of them spams. Hey, you got it already. Hey, sorry about that. Howdy, my dude. Watching from my effed up country of Australia. Cool. Hey, shout out to you. Happy Saturday, brother or sister. Are you worried about all the upcoming AI and space IPOs that could crash the stock market? No, that's not the phrasing I would use. I would put it differently. Afghanistan watching from, hey, shout out to Afghanistan. Afghanistan, what's up? You have free speech. People are getting mad. Yep, I do have free speech. I'm happy about it. All right, thank you. You're a liberal lunatic on every topic. Cool, thank you. Allah Akbar. Yeah, alhamdulillah. God is great. Praise be to God. Shout out to my Muslim friends in the audience. What's up? I love free speech. I'm a tennis ball. No, he's not. This guy ain't a tennis ball. This guy was talking about being a basketball earlier. I ain't a basketball, right? I'm watching you be a tennis ball. How could I be a basketball? Get out. Get out of here. Get out of here. All right, I'm going to show you guys. Do you guys want to see something from Kenya? Shout out to you guys. What up? Hey, Vay. What's going on? Do you guys want to see something from Kenya on the stream? Let me know. I'm going to show you guys something from Kenya in just a minute. No super chats here. I'm not charging for it. You guys want to see it? We don't have free speech? Yes. Kali Florida says yes. At least one person said yes to seeing something from Kenya. They want to see something from Kenya. All right. Isn't that true? You love free speech except for when your conservatives have it. That's why you celebrate death. All right. Let me show you guys this. All right. This is my shoe from Kenya. This is called the I-10 running shoe. Man, rich white guys, we love our running shoes. And this is one of my favorite shoes. This is the I-10 running shoe. This is a shoe from Kenya. This is a running shoe made in Kenya. You guys can see very nice quality TPU lower sole. Very nice running shoe. A little flexibility. Nice and sturdy. Good trainer. Good fast-paced road running shoe. Durable sole. You can take it off roads a little bit. Oh my gosh, thanks so much. We got the big blue super chat in from Chitlin12345. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so I really like my running shoe from Kenya. That's the shoe. That's the item from Kenya I wanted to show you. Cool. Rich white guys. All right, guys. We can't say yes to all these. Right? Try to simmer down. If you guys are doing anti-Semitism in the chat, one last warning, guys. Last warning on this stuff. It's Friday. We're having fun, right? We're saying yes to stuff. We're not saying yes to racism, though. So there we go. Why are you a cultural Marxist? I'm not a Marxist at all, right? I'm not a Marxist at all. I wouldn't call myself a Marxist. I don't think cultural definitions, I think they rise up to being explanatory without themselves being explanations. We can like it. Do you like it? Yeah, I like it. I kind of like it. You are anti-white. Yeah, that's a strong ordaining of race identity and racial recognition that I don't know the context in which I would do that, right? Because I'm like a science-based guy, right? These science guys, they're not screaming on the internet, Sam Harris, Hannibal Buress, these old debates. People freaked out, right? You put it out there and people freak out about it. What's this say? www. GGG. I don't know. This isn't even racist, so I don't mind it. It's taking up a little space, so I'm just going to delete the messages. You're right back in there. This is a politics, an evidence-based politics, political science, philosophy, all kinds of stuff, Jasper. Thank you. You love free speech so much, that's why you celebrate the Charlie Kirk murder. You're making stuff up in your own head, right? That's right. What are we talking about here? This live was promised to him 300 years ago. This live was promised to him 300 years ago. 3,000 years ago. What's the subject of the conversation? Indians in comment sections, ew. Hey, Vay, I know you've got all stuff, man. I'm just going to give you a quick 5 minutes if you want to come back and say something else. Yeah, I disagreed. Yeah, Charlie Kirk, I was a lovely person. I cried when Charlie Kirk died. I did my quick eulogy for him on Shorts. It's not bullshit, right? I was very sad when I found out he got shot, and then shocked, and then cried when I found out he had actually died. And so, yeah, but I also, from a political perspective, no political violence is never justified. So I still, in life or death, I disagreed with Charlie's ideas. I felt them irrelevant and insignificant and incorrect at the end. Charlie is a legend. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's a very strange, right? I think it's condescending to yourself. If you believe Charlie Kirk died a martyr and for free speech, okay. I don't know why we have to discuss that. But to say that the types of ideas Charlie produced is stuff of legends. Charlie once stopped a debate to tell people he would mark a PDF. Charlie stopped a debate to make sure people recognized that he would mark a PDF in the middle of a debate, right? That is crazy schizophrenic. That is the behavior of someone who does not have mental stability. Charlie wasn't a legend. He was a bigot, a racist, and all these things. So there you go, right? Can you beat Holland 1v1 in a street fight? I don't know who that is. Probably not. I don't know how Charlie was dangerous. Charlie just spoke truths and it hurts sometimes. Okay. Wait, you're sniffling a lot. Hey, chill out. Chill out. Brother, are you tweaking? I don't know you. You're a nutcase. Okay, cool. Nice. Shout out to my NAR ride or die Europeans, I guess. It's crazy how you label Charlie a racist. It's not that crazy. It's pretty normal, right? Very normal. If you guys want to ask politics questions, political science, any of these topics, let me know. Charlie didn't die. The gun didn't match. Yeah, I mean, people, if you're going to have conspiracy theories, spam stuff over and over, it's cool. Hey, thanks so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. We got the Uncle Alert sticker in chat. I appreciate the support on the stream. Thank you so much. How is he racist? Yeah, the Turning Point organization had multiple leaked documents that showed easily influenced, maybe young, inexperienced staffers would frequently use racialized language. They would invoke race, joke about it, and take lightly things that were happening in society. And so, yeah, you're the CEO of a company and you hire people and there's no accountability and it's based on race. And then further, your methodology has no real answer for why cutting science off at the hips, cutting political opinions and beliefs off at the legs, which for you extends as far. I don't know why this doesn't make sense. You say your beliefs extend as far as hating Martin Luther King Jr. So Charlie hates Martin Luther King Jr. And you guys don't understand why he did, or you do. And so, yeah, you see, you add 1 and 1, and then you add another 1 and 1. And so if I say a score more than 0 is a racist, but then you keep going, that's a racist person. Word salad. No, it's not. It's very clear. The fact that you can't understand it is your problem, right? That's your problem. Read a book. Make was not a saint. I don't know what that means. Hello from Russia. Hey, what's going on to Russia? Stop changing channels. MLK was not a saint. Right. Yep. By definition. Yeah. MLK. Yeah. He was a civil rights leader. So he was part of civil society. His job was agnostic, right? Martin Luther King Jr.'s job wasn't about conservative labor parties. It wasn't about nationalism. It was about one policy objective, right? Of civil rights, of human recognition, freedom. And it was very specific, right? Because there was in the US racism against black people, whatever. So yeah, he in the United States, African Americans spent a long time in slavery, still in segregation, even today, in some senses, when we think about what the term means. And lots of other things. So, MLK to me was a good guy, right? Okay, I recognize suffering, differentness. I appreciate those problems. All right, guys. Okay, cool. All right. Am I a Trump supporter? No, no. I don't know Donald Trump. I really don't. I don't understand what MAGA republicanism is about. This over reliance on culture and history, in my view, and it to me, it never comes out to mean anything else. It's like, yeah, you're not actually talking about philosophy. You're talking about praxis, about actual politics. So you're lying to people, right? So you're full of shit. What's up, Alejandro? How does the democratic always lead to tyranny? How does democracy always lead to tyranny? Henry David Thoreau said democracy always leads to expediency, right? And so people that say nothing and do nothing get ahead. And so democracy doesn't lead to tyranny. If it's tyranny, the majority, or populism, well, then it's populism, right? It's not tyranny, it's populism. But it's because you're doing what you're doing in the simplest way, what everyone wanted to do. So this is so people say Donald Trump fights for our interests, right? Donald Trump gets the shovel, get the Jezebels out the street. This is Donald Trump, Looney Tune, lunatic, right? And so Henry David Thoreau would say, well, this is just what people wanted. They wanted an inept government. They want someone that's willing to go buy bombs and use those bombs. Okay, cool. There's your democracy today, folks. I'm not sitting down. I'm not staying in my seat for it. I'll tell you that much. Why do you talk so much? Because I'm the guy on the camera. There's 40 of you, one of me. Trump supporter. Instead of using logic and facts, we can go down to 20, right? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys want to subscribe, feel free to do so. I just released a small short, kind of brutal, right? I released a brutal, almost theatric short on the killing of the Tren de Aragua leader. I believe in pacifism and non-violence and honesty. So go check that out. Like the stream, subscribe. Check out some of the older shorts if you want. Edited, AI clips, whatever. Instead of using logic and facts, they resort to name-calling racists. Right. Yeah. So your political opinions and beliefs, how we use discerning or judgment and things like this. I think you saying that we have all the logics, but the logics are just about doing what you're going to go do anyways. There's no deep need to deconstruct what that is, right? When you see idiots doing things and underperforming, and they consistently sound like racists, they sound like war hawks, and it's neoconservatism, right? Well, what is that? Well, it's neoconservatism without the rhetoric. It's structural realism, it's neoconservatism, and it's performing an action without responsiveness to the democracy, without respecting institutions. So we should be against this. It's wasting your money. And you guys don't even know how that is. If I was just me, I would care about that more deeply. But okay. Duck, hey, what's going on, Neva? He was a great guy. He watched. I thought one good thing Charlie advocated was being responsible for one's own learning. Where did he learn this? Thanks, Teb. Alejandro is a gay best friend. Trump supporter. No, I don't vote. I didn't vote for MAGA. I don't know how somebody would vote for MAGA. It's incoherent. Sorry. I'm scrolling down a bit. You guys can tag me at DucksY. Sorry. I got lost. Go Bears. Hey, go Bears. Shout out to you. Somebody says it's called fuck shit. Cool. Two-state solution. All right. Okay, cool. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, two-state solution. Yeah, absolutely. I did a live a few days back. I should make a playlist. I talked about the security dilemmas. I outlined 4 security dilemmas from the perspective of Palestine and the perspective of Israel that painted the difficulty as well as the events of October 7th and why that produced a very difficult situation to manage. And maybe what I saw is some of the very easy to understand criticisms coming from an informed and somewhat scholastic perspective, somewhat of a realist perspective, not ignoring scholasticism. So I think we should call on diplomacy. Democrats use and abuse minorities. They take advantage of them. Yeah, I don't know where that would come from, Kristen R. I don't know where that would come from. Write your own music, right? Write your own music instead of saying that we should listen to the authors of the past. What are you talking about, right? If you're talking about something that is incoherent, and we expect people that celebrated the bombing of fishermen, celebrated the bombing of Iran, celebrated global threats, all of this coming from one president. We expected that this platform, this sort of ladder that's wiggling around, sliding around the Hogwarts library, we thought this was what was going to make people successful. Bullshit. Get it out of here. Get it out of here. Man Steel, why? because they're not intelligent. Please explain the meaning of racist. Racism is justified against Indians. You look like Abraham Lincoln. Okay, cool. I like that. See, I like that one, guys. Hey, somebody's saying I look like Abraham Lincoln. Tell me I'm like my father. Tell me I'm like my father without telling me. Christian nationalism. That's the worst idea, man. Christian nationalism. Guys, you guys got to level up your game. You guys got to step it up, right? You guys got to step it up. You got to see that, hey, you know, I'm just saying if you are happy, you're happy with the shade of teal or the decor, whatever it is you guys got going on, the power of it. You guys got to change that, right? That's really bad. It's pretty awful. The best small business ideas in 2026. Okay, cool. Yeah, shout out. Seth Rogen, pass the pipe. Christians, okay. So they aren't Indian Americans. Lincoln freed the slaves. He was a Republican, by the way. Yeah. So, you know, this is one of the things that people who appeal to heritage and culture do is you redefine who a people are. It's your hibbity-bibbity made up, your kid babble. You're saying, I got this taken care of. Here's the idea. It's done. It's done in an absolute sense because reality built it. And it's just not true, right? Saying to a modern audience that Lincoln was a Republican in a sense that makes sense to them, I don't think you can actually do that, right? And the historical context also doesn't apply in a modern sense of what politics is like or about. You know, and so the fact that you ask others to disassociate from reality for you, I think is incredibly selfish. And it's also very stupid, right? It's very dumb. Will you marry me? I don't know who you are. Probably not. I don't like Trump. Yeah, I'm emotionally closed off. I feel nothing. Republican, Democrat is a paradigm. Stocks or real estate or small business. American fascist, the Christian right, by Chris Hedges. I don't know what that is. Jesus is, you have nothing intelligent to say. Cool. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why I should be like deeply reading into something that's just factually incorrect or inaccurate. Yeah. Why? Right? Why? Okay. So I'm very open-minded and I read your statements again. And so it's got you, get you, whatever it is. I don't understand what it is. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe I need to divorce myself from reality. Are you just permanently fence sitting? Or am I just permanently fence sitting? I don't know. Why would I admit to that? LeBron is the GOAT. You're incredibly misinformed. Cool. American politics, the mono bipolar party. Okay. Have you watched Brokeback Mountain? Haven't seen it, guys. All right, guys, our stream, we are at an hour. If you guys have questions about evidence-based politics or an opinion that you can offer, that you can teach someone about, your idea is teachable. It's teachable at the moment it happened, what happened, and what it means. Feel free to ask a question or provide an answer in the chat to a real question. What's the point of view about, what's your point of view? I believe in neo-Hobbesian politics on the international stage. And I believe in realism. I believe in old school traditional realism. Yeah, it's like that. Atheists never talked about Judaism. Okay. Do you think men can have babies? Hello from Kentucky. Hey, what's going on, Bengals fan 63? I'm out, bruh. Hey, have a good night, everybody. Have a good night. Take care. Do you think Jesus had siblings? I don't think Jesus existed. So I think it would be a guess, right? It would be like gambling on roulette or something like this. But yeah, most likely if the character Jesus in any of the books was based on one person, if so, one out of however many actual gospels were written about Jesus were written about one person. That person probably had an average family like the families of the day, or who knows, maybe he didn't. He was an unorthodox one. Trump is dang time to block this channel for insulting Jesus. Cool. man. It's inverse Neoplatonism. Happy Pride Month, everybody. Happy Pride Month, everybody. Cali, Florida, 919. Hey, what's up? Okay. Do you believe in life after death? Life after death? I don't know how that would work. I don't believe in a self, right? More than anything, my own worldview doesn't have a self in it. So I don't know who would be living after death if I'm only barely living now, right? If it's like an impression of myself, it's like an interpretation machine or something. And yeah, just because it's weird, because if I point to the interpretation machine in this cluster of cells, it's not just that I'm going to be a different person in 7 years. All of my cells will have replaced themselves. It's that in 7 seconds, it's still all different machinery existing in the world. So the fact that I have an integrated brain, I can use intuition and judgment. I think most of my brain states and brain regions are the proper maturity of a 36-year-old or so. The fact that I have a stable system that seems to go from moment to moment in the same sort of world, to me, that still doesn't mean that I'm talking about a real me, because all of those are actually different things in physics. But what I do know is that, yeah, I can still interpret and try to understand who I am, right? So I don't think a self exists, right? A self doesn't exist. And if that's true, if that would be true, then, who knows, right? It could mean anything, but I don't think it means that there's like eternal heaven or something. That's not what it means. What's your topics, fields of interest, preferably in academics? Hey, what's going on? I studied political science. I'm not an expert. Sometimes I play like on YouTube. I'll say something like, if I was your TA and I was qualified to provide feedback, and I'll try to say that to steer people to some resources or questions they'd have about their question. So either someone in chat can go research it further, ask a question, maybe just keep an open mind to stuff, or ask another question in chat. Do I know Saudi Arabia? Not that well, but I do know of Saudi Arabia. Yeah. I'm not an expert on Saudi Arabia. Can I do ASMR, please? I probably can't. I'm sorry. I wish I could. The only thing I agree with on the Bible is that the book of Leviticus is probably one of the most hateful books that was used as inspiration to torture people for close to 2,000 years. And even today, what's my favorite movie right now and why? Harry Potter, because I like the comfy, cozy scenes. Yeah, you guys can watch the comfy, depending on your geography, the Harry Potter channel sometimes does marathons of the comfiest, coziest scenes. Yeah, that's how a badass relaxes, as it turns out. Saudi Arabia's long live the Confederacy. Bengali men watch your video at night. Cool. Shout out to Bengali men. Congrats on being rich. I wish I was rich. Yeah, I'm a rich white guy. Thank you. Neil, my heart goes out to them. Same for me, man. Do you believe in waterboarding? I don't believe in enhanced interrogation. It's torture. It's torture. Yeah. I'm also very skeptical of sort of network-based or hunting games, tracking down non-state actors. I think there should be, I think if we had the values, if we were of the mindset of knowing what it takes to go do that, and we also had accountability, reciprocity, and said, look, we should have, it doesn't have to be, right? It shouldn't be like a Marvel movie or like, a Frank Lloyd Wright Broadway show or something like this. But if I'm going to tell you, I'm going to spend my taxpayers and say, fuck you, I should have someone telling me how that went and what happened, not just what you want to think happens, right? Same above as it is below, same below as it is above, same above as it is below, and same below as it is above. If that makes you uncomfortable or you feel no way about it, it's because you've become desensitized to what the world is actually like, and you've become desensitized to causation. What that actually means when we support waterboarding is that you're going to pay the government to train torturers. You're going to pay the government to employ torturers. You're going to pay the government to operationalize data obtained from torture. You're going to pay the government your taxes. You're going to go stand up on the international stage after this and say, here's what we learned from employing and operationalizing and systematizing torture. So I'm very much against it. Dux, what's your sleep routine? Not great. Matt W, I just saw you're upset about something. Either you're upset about something or you're saying please. Yeah, but this is like abuser speech pattern. You say, please quit, right? So you're ordering me around, and I'm happy to do so. But let me just look at the channel here. Let me see. Honesty King was a Christian. Charlie Kirk. Are you talking about Jezebels and Shovels? Charlie Kirk was a King was a Christian. I don't know who that is, my friend. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know who it is. The duck is high. Just got to do it right by the books. I don't know what that means. Somebody's got to do it. Hey, okay, Hondas. Yeah, what's up? Okay. All right. Have a shower. Okay. Ebrietas says, have a shower. Cool. Thank you. Yeah. Waste of water most days, right? Waste of water most days. I said it. There I said it. In a closet sweating. Cool. Yeah. Grimmeth. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if Satan, if you start in adult movies in your 20s and 30s, and Satan fucks you in your sleep, then like cool, right? But that's not for the CIA and NSA, right? That's not for a government program. That's an absurdity society owns, and it's also the responsibility of someone who at the end went into that industry, you know. So we should absolutely stand up for feminism and nonviolence, right? There you go. I used to lift a lot. You look like a Quaid brother. That's a nice compliment. Thank you so much. Good to see you again. Happy Friday night or Saturday day. I mean, what if the government is Satan? That would be a stretch. That would be a stretch. What do you think of Jesus? I'm not a Christian. I was raised Catholic. My religious identity is currently I am a Buddhist atheist, is what I would say. Anti-theist, Buddhist atheist, Buddhist agnostic. Take your pick. And I was raised Catholic. I've been to hot churches, been to evangelical churches. I had Hindu friends growing up, Hindu friends. I had Sikh and Jain friends growing up. I had Muslim friends growing up. So I've seen it all, you know. Question was, what do you think of women being able to murder children, boys, simply not for being responsible? Please bring up. Your answer, please. So. Yeah, I mean, you see yourself as somehow, I think, looping me into a question about abortion. The question about abortion. Yeah. And simply for not, yeah. So I think you're already demonstrating that you're not willing to be good faith about the question. I don't know what style points or whatever it is you're winning or losing. But again, I don't think you're dealing in reality. I don't think you're capable of consistently holding definitions. So for here and now on mobile, hey, maybe that's one of the benefits is I can be honest. I don't believe that. Yeah, I'd love to have a conversation with you about philosophy, some other topic. But if that is about pro-life, pro-choice, I don't think now's the time for it. If American society collapsed tomorrow, how would you protect yourself against tyrannical government entities and civil unrest without the Second Amendment? Have you ever seen Proof of the Devil? I have not. The Pentagon, satanic for sure. Yep, it's a building, that's for sure. What up, man? How you been? Hey, what's going on? Eggs and Bacon 44. Thoughts on 9/11? No, I mean, you have this guy, this very wealthy Saudi guy who learned, who observed, and yeah, you know, the guy's probably a serial killer, right? Osama bin Laden is probably a serial killer. And he's also a smart guy, right? Osama bin Laden also learned from watching nation states wage war in the Middle East. And so when you say that tribalism as an ideology, tribalism as an ideological political description was used to explain non-state actors since as far back as the 1970s, right? Richard Nixon was the first anti-terror program in the United States following the Munich Olympic, following the murder of Jewish athletes at the Olympics. And this evolved into the 1980s into more contemporary county terror operations. And then after a more hustling and bustling in the 90s into the 2000s, it became drone programs. And the the full extent of the DoD exerted into the Middle Eastern region, right? Hey, there you go. Should be able to handle that one, right? How's that sound? Plain fuel can't melt steel beams. Buddhist atheist. Yeah. Buddhism, you can base your metaphysics in Buddhism. you can, if you want, you can base your metaphysics in a cosmology that isn't totally unlike the one we would describe in physics. Yeah, and even the statement of existence itself is something that has both scrutiny and then therefore tools and thinking mechanisms. If I identify as a Buddhist, I would say our skepticism asks what we might eventually do to resolve doubt, without also saying that our mind of something is the same way that the mind of the universe has to be, as well as like a decided mind or an informed mind would be like that. And these are terms of perhaps gratitude as well as terms of indebtedness, saying that there is such a thing as decided and informed minds in the universe towards questions of existence. Not that anyone has to have all the answers, but yeah, you could be curious about what other people think, but also say, well, here's what the doctrine of Buddhism would teach, and then where can you go to make it come alive based on the questions you have, if that's what you seek to do. I answered questions. I'm pretty sure 9/11 is covering them up in alien. So basically, they made that shit up so we'd get those laser guns and shit. Cool. Have you ever once seen anyone speak in tongues? I've fallen under the Spirit in Catholic Church. Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize. I've fallen under the Spirit in Catholic Church. So I've had religious experiences myself. Yeah. What someone would often describe as a religious experience. I'm scrolling down a bit, guys. I apologize. Yeah, Black Creek. I like the sentiment. I like the positive idea. I think in terms of social epistemology, when we talk about just having discussions about knowing things or evidencing claims, or why we prefer one belief or way of believing over another, that sort of optimism, the positive attitude goes really far. And when we say that, well, philosophy is almost like athletics in terms of like it's a youth sports league or like the NBA, and trying to hone in what claims actually mean and can and ought to mean. I think having developed that sort of tolerance and respect for other ideas is very important. Hey, what's going on? Good to see you. Happy Friday or Saturday. What's the most you've ever lost on a coin toss? Too much. Yeah, too much. Howdy. You played the game. Yeah, too much. Too much. Too much. Stupid question. Do you feel more related to the left or the right? Again, stupid question. Neither. I think both are collectivist ideologies, right? It's not even populism. It's not even people just very dumbly going along with stupid premises. People going along with an easy, follow the bouncing red ball is what someone might say. Follow the bouncing red ball and go to the voting booths. Go to the voting booths today. And so I think that people that say, I deeply believe in MAGA republicanism, or I deeply believe, whatever it is, in collectivist, leftist politics, I think it's all following the bouncing red ball, but you're an extremist, right? You became an extremist. You don't see people who are not you know things. So do you think ghosts or spirits are just compressed states of energy, or is there something more to it? Oh man, you're going to press me on that. Yeah, you're going to press me on that. I couldn't say. Yeah, if you guys have had experiences with cryptids or the whatnot, man, I'm not going to make fun of you guys, right? If we're doing philosophy, I'm going to say you have no clue, right? This person is making stuff up. They're lying to you. But if you guys have experienced the supernatural, who knows? I don't know. I'm not going to judge you. Bob Lazar, this UFO stuff, I don't think it's worth spending a ton of time on, but some people say they've had experiences. Even in philosophy, you can say, hey, that testimony that you've seen a ghost or whatever it is, you've seen ghosts. It's not worth all that much, but it's not worth nothing. Thanks, Dev. Thank you so much. I should try ghost hunting. Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go for it. The money is even about the towers. Is the money even about the towers attacked? You're talking about getting paid out money. Here's what I don't get. What I don't understand is that literally, like, I believe this. If you want to talk about conspiracy, I believe the CIA and special forces could set up an entire hologram world to conduct a military operation in. And so if that's true, if that was actually a true thing, then what it would entail is that it'd make arbitrary these questions about conspiracy theories, because it's just saying that you have something that is big, is powerful, and has to be discussed. That's what I think. But I'm from Pakistan, and time is now 1 p.m. Okay, Skibbity, how's it going? Right? Not good. The Chicago boys. Hey, the boys from Chicago. We got Alejandro in the chat. What's going on? Hey, shout out to the Chicago boys, right? Hey, do you guys know what the Chicago boys say? They go, hey. They go, hey. That's what's up, right? Hey. Hey. They go, hey. They go, hey. I got a shoeless strength up in the air with no explanation. An alleged haunted house. Weirdest, most unsettling thing I've seen in person. That's spooky. Yeah, that's spooky. That's crazy. Yeah. When the physical world shapes around you, so crazy. Do you believe in the moon landing? Yeah, I believe in the moon landing. I think that's a solid prior to hold, that we landed on the moon, and it's because NASA did it. I think that's safe to say. I think, yeah, we should have, for like social epistemology or publicly available, the evidence and the knowledge that backs all the different sort of necessary steps in order to do something like that, right? That's a civilizational good. Yeah. So the Chicago boys only knows about the alphabet A. Maybe I shouldn't go ghost hunting. I'm not trying to do the demon stuff. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. But hey, yeah, cool. Yeah, absolutely. It is a hefty ask. It is a hefty ask to actually ask for the, whatever. Thank you for these closet sessions. Yeah, of course. She was crazy, but she was low-key bad as F. Cool. Do I believe in the Holy Spirit? When I was Catholic, I did. Yeah, when I was Catholic, I had no experiences with the Holy Spirit as a Catholic, but I did believe it still. Yeah. So I didn't have any. I had one religious experience when I was Catholic. Two religious experiences when I was Catholic. But I didn't have an experience that was God or Jesus or the Holy Spirit. So the forms of divinity that I think some people say are capable of intervening. Jesus is capable of acting in the natural world. I never experienced that. I didn't experience that ever. So, yeah, but in my 20s, Satan would come into my bedroom and fuck me in my sleep. Yeah, so do you think robotics will come at a stage of takeover? Robotics has been, I worked at a startup. Here's the rich white guy story. I worked at a startup in Vancouver in like 2015, 2016, 2017. And so when I would fly into Vancouver to our headquarters, the neighbors in our office was this IoT company building industrial vacuums. So it was robotics, right? But just a banana for scale that there's still a lot more efficiency to be gained. That in one lens, it was only in the business sense, right? This isn't like philosophy, but in one sense, only 10 years ago, they were taking parts of manufacturing and making them IoT and robotic. So you were using machine learning algorithms, not full scale deep learning, but machine learning algorithms to train these IoT robots to operate effectively in a manufacturing environment. So in 10 years, there is modern robotics production, fully automated manufacturing, and there's going to be more of it, right? But yeah, you got to also wonder if you're stupid. I would say my humble skeptic question as a Buddhist, are you stupid for taking too much out of this? Wondering what someone like Elon Musk knows, right? Is that the right person to wonder what they know? Or if you go through your grocery store, do you wonder, like, is it automation? Isn't it still automation if you have self-checkout? Isn't it automation, right? Isn't it automation if you buy something online, you buy and you get a YouTube receipt for super chatting me? These are all things that people can ask. Can you shout out my name? I'm now in New Zealand. Hey, what's going on? Jared Simpson, 6323. What's up? Jared says, can you shout out my name? I'm in New Zealand right now and will don't donate to me. No, enjoy your, thanks so much for the laughing disco ball. I subscribe to you and love your channel. Cool. Hey, enjoy your time in with the Kiwi Islands. Shout out to you guys in the Southern Hemisphere. Happy Saturday, man. Enjoy your vacation. Shout out to you. Enjoy your time, brother. Cool. Siri is the dumbest of all the AIs until recently. It just runs on Gemini now. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Laughing Disco Ball, very generous gift. Those are a lot of fun for people to see, Thank you so much. Why Inside Out jersey? It's not Inside Out. This is the old school, the vintage. This is, you guys, our friend Jared is our new subscriber to the channel. Our friend as a species, Jared, is in New Zealand on vacation, guys. Let's wish Jared as fun. Guys, we're all going to suffer so Jared can have fun, guys. All right, I'm 3, 2, 1. Buddhist prayer. This isn't a joke, right? There we go. Let's go. I want to offer my sincerest and deepest hope that Jared has the best vacation ever and enjoys his day in the way that brings joy and hopefully people have understanding towards him to keep bringing joy. Do I have a podcast? I don't. But this is the old school, right? This is the burnt orange jersey. Yeah, hey, thanks. Chippy Pig gets that shout out on the channel too. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Put me on a podcast, dog. Guys, I just canceled my Restream subscription. I'm hoping to get one supporter, a big dono that might donate so I can watch the online sales for a PC for OBS, watch my local marketplace for a PC that will work for OBS at an affordable cost. So I'm hoping someone in the future will donate, but I'm not in a rush, guys. I love talking to you guys and it's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It is tiring, but we all work, right? It is tiring being on camera for an hour and a half, talking the whole time, 2 hours, but we all work, right? So I think you guys make it worth it. Your questions, when we get to serious topics and when we get to have fun and do nice things for each other. That's what I think. Now Copilot is where it's at. Yeah, Microsoft, the big tech companies always want to control you with the great products they make. And so it's great to wonder how those systems and processes work. Yeah. I use PlayStation. So yeah, PlayStation's a real nice, man, I was talking about it. It's cool. I'm envious of console gamers these days. I played a ton of console back in college and high school and stuff. And I still use Windows 10 is awesome. Yeah. Windows 10 is awesome. When I first started streaming on this channel like 2 years ago, I set up OBS on my mom's house on her desktop. And yeah, it worked like a charm, 1080p camera, whatever. It went out in 25 or 30 FPS, good enough, right? It was 1080p. And so I thought it was an awesome streaming setup and I might try that again. I used to be so good at Fortnite, bro, but I can't do it with all the speed building. Yeah. It's very hard. What is realism? Realism in political science talks about the nation state and how states make decisions and compete within an anarchic system. Yeah. All right, guys. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate. Yeah, I love seeing people that when I get to see you guys more than once, it's cool. It's nice to recognize some people and yeah, absolutely recognize people and stuff like that. Yeah, the Catholic bros. Hey. The EF inflammatory post. What's up? Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Hey, Gurav, great to see you. Hello. It's slightly better than Vista. Now Modern Warfare 4 is going to be only a PS5 and PC Warzone, no more on PS4. Is it just the requirements or something got too high? Okay. Yeah. So I don't know how those work, right? You can buy a modern gaming console and get like an Elgato capture card. Is that how you do it to your PC? And then you still have to have a PC that can, I don't know, what is it? Is it like playing a local video or what? Like, do you still need a graphics card on your PC to do OBS or who knows? I don't know how any of that stuff works, but I didn't realize that, I've been streaming I've had a YouTube channel for like 2 years. I didn't realize that when I saw like Call of Duty streams, like these people were like royalty, right? I didn't know why. I didn't know why it was that these people were so good at streaming and so cool. But I realized in hindsight, yeah, there's not everyone, but some of these people, they've got a great setup. It takes a lot of technical expertise to do it and stuff too. The OF industry, like people have been making millions doing awful stuff. Yeah, I mean, you know, so I myself, like, I'm not a promiscuous person myself. I'm not a prude either, right? But I'm not a promiscuous person. So, but even knowing what that is, right? I think if people want to see themselves out there, they're comfortable with it and they make money, cool. Whatever. I don't want to get too close to it. I don't want to get, that's my feeling is I don't want to get too close to it. As a small weak male, I'm too weak, but I would stand up, right? Here's where I would draw the line is that if people are doing it and it's like, cool, I could imagine if I met someone that does OF or Fansly or any adult website, right? You do Pornhub, you do production studio stuff, whatever. I would imagine you are the same person. I think the main issues for me is that political rights are being taken away because of religious extremism. So you don't have full economic rights if you produce adult industry. Half your customers don't have access because of religious lunatics in the United States. And so, yeah, I think it's weird when people prioritize it and it's not a priority, right? There's people in other countries that work 14, 15-hour factory day jobs. There's still poverty, famine, climate change. There's animal exploitation. And so I think if someone feels exploited doing adult work or selling photos or videos, doing adult work online, then that's a serious issue. But that's it, right? That's it. From what I've seen, I think we should have compassion for people that are addicted to pornography or sex addicts. I don't think OF I don't know. I haven't seen how OF or the digital world contributes to that in a way that makes any sense. So whatever, people that are ideologically opposed to stuff because they have small dicks, right? They've got small dicks. They don't know how to lay it down. They don't know how to say no to laying it down and they don't know how to lay it down either, right? What they do is they pretend they've got this big moral position to make up for their little, right? You've heard it before. So say it with me then, right? Sing it. The nice thing is because you've heard it before, you can make up a new melody, a new chorus, a new refrain for it. So your tiny dingus doesn't mean your ideas become reality. Do. Your tiny Johnson doesn't mean your thoughts become reality. Do. So that would be my main point about it. Yeah. And I don't think it's never good to celebrate any type of addiction. And absolutely, I think that whatever it is, there's some aspect of our brains get fried based on adult content or something like that. Cool. But yeah, right. These are genetic things. So these lunatics that support all kinds of crazy ideas, they're anti-science, they're pseudoscience. They can't even talk about the problem they say is the problem, right? So to me, that's the definition of tiny Johnsons, tiny dinguses, is an inability to live in reality and the impulsivity, right? You can picture one giant, if you want to picture it, it's like one giant bundle of fibers, one giant bundle of ligaments and fibers, just rolling itself up all in one. And it's just reacting all the time. Everything's a reaction. Everything's a reaction for these people that don't consider others before they go out and speak. I miss the failed Austrian. Yeah, it's unfortunate, right? When your identity has to be at the top of the mountain or you feel grieved or like you're losing or something, I feel like there's people who just haven't broached or breached aspects of modernity and also all the good things, all the other good fights you can go in, thinking in terms of conservatism or liberalism, or being apolitical, being anarchist, being a punk, right? Even just being cultural. I feel a lot of the MAGA and far right European movements. I'm not trying to push you out, right? But I would say, yeah, you and Destiny and all these crazy leftists who call themselves centrists, you guys should all leave. Go start an art commune together, right? In reality, you guys can start butt fucking each other and get out of politics. Thank you. Hell yeah, John Burns. What's up, Small? You maxed out on TISM. They sell great and not entirely too expensive pre-built PCs. Yeah, I don't have money for a pre-built. I don't have money for a pre-built. Yeah. Yeah. Small D's. Someone saying small D. We got small D in the chat. We got 3 small D's, 4 small D's. Guys, this has never worked for me. Press 1 in the chat to say I got a small D. Press 1. Press 1 for small D in the chat, right? Press 1, small D in the chat, guys. Everybody hit 1, type 1, type 1. Like the stream, subscribe. Press 1 for a small D. Guys, everyone in the chat, press 1 for a small D. Everyone in the chat, press 1 for a small D. Subscribe, like. Everybody listen to me. Wiener envy is so weird. You'd think too. Hey, this is John Burns. This is John Burns. Dong, 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 dong. Dun. Yeah, John Burns. Hey, this is how it's been said. John Burns gets out of bed or walks to his car as a normal man, carries a fridge or a television up to the 2nd story apartment. Dun. That's John Burns, everybody. Hey, we got a prophecy in chat pressing 1. What's up, dude? That's crazy. That's wild. Thank you. It's the biggest, bro. Hey, shout out. Yeah, Red Pill Manosphere, what's up? Ducks Y coming for you 2026, 2027. What's up? What it do? What it is? What's up? Hey, what's up with it? Hell yeah. John Burns said 2 in chat. Wiener envy is so weird. You would think that it would be cojones envy. It means silverbacks have small ones, but big harems. A big harem, right? Yeah. And so this is a beautiful idea. Yeah, if you are a Jew or you are Islamic or you are an Indian, right, or you are in Bangladesh and you say harem, what it means is that you know where many beautiful women are, right? And so this is why, as an American, I'm not racist, because I know that you can go many places and they'll tell you where the harem is, right? Many places in the world have discovered this word and invented a harem. So that's what's up, guys. Shout out to you guys. Hi, I'm a 17-year-old girl seeing your stream. Get out of here, Miss Legend. This is an 18+ stream. What's up? 18+ stream, everybody. Thank you. Don't listen to Miss Legend, dog. I seen people say stuff on other streams. Dude looks insane. Hell yeah, brother. That's a 30-year-old man. Yeah, I'm 36. I'm 36. Yeah. I'm a 36-year-old fat pervert on the internet. Well, it's real. Don't take the bait. My major is still Muslim. My bagel is still Jewish. The Pope is on our side. Nixon 5. Hey, shout out to HGT. Hey, shout out. Lots of love to my New Yorkers in the chat too. Yeah, lots of love to New York. If you guys saw the game yesterday, we were talking about one of the biggest comebacks ever in sports history on the main stage from one of the main teams. So guys, shout out to everyone. Yeah, shout out to everyone. Hell yeah, respect the Cuddy jersey. Yeah, respect the Cuddy jersey. I'm 34, says John Burns. Hey, what's going on? No, bro. I was talking about you. I was talking about Miss Legend. Hey, guys, let's not harass the young lady, right? We ain't harassing the young lady in chat. Thank you very much, right? Hey, if we got a 17-year-old in chat, we mark this stream not for kids, right? So it comes to your algorithm. So we know we're talking to a young adult, a young person, a young adult, right? So let's act becoming. I don't know what this internet rhetoric jargon is, why it's become a topic. Somebody just says, hi, there it is. Bear down, baby. Make America 2025 again. Duck, I'm very leftist and honestly don't see anything wrong about it. Cool. Yeah, shout out to you, Alejandro, right? Shout out to you. I think leftists can look across the aisle at the far right ANCAP. I don't know. I'd love to have a discussion, but since I'm on short, we got 30 people here. Thank you guys for being here tonight. I'd say, yeah, someone on the left can look at the far right ANCAP that want cryptocurrency. They don't want military spending. They don't want decisions about their oil and gas. So there's common practical outcomes, but the ideology or the belief is so different. You've been super cool, man. You seem like a person that I could have a conversation with. I always wonder why over the course of a year or an election cycle, why we would always be able to talk to each other, why we'd always be able to have a discussion. Cool. Thanks so much for the subscription. Strong beard, bro. It's 4 a.m. right now for me. It's the same for you. It's 4 a.m. for me. Is it the same for you? Did I say? Okay, so I got to get to work. So John Burns is off now. Cool. Bye, John Burns. All right, left, first, right. Left, first, right don't mean anything. Once everyone realizes that, life will be better. It's 12. Cool. Yeah, I got 101, right? I got 101. Miss Legend is living in the middle of the Pacific Ocean or something like that. MacBook versus Windows. Yeah, when I was making a lot of money, right? I'm a rich white guy, former rich white guy. When I was making a ton of money, I just had a MacBook. I had a MacBook Air for my first tech job, and I used that same MacBook Air, could support multitasking, and that was it, right? Multitasking, HDMI, cool. But yeah, now I think it's right. I think in business they say you got to know AI, you got to run the AI program. I don't care, Windows, whatever, it doesn't matter. I've got Chrome OS, I've got Android. My next PC, when I buy a PC or use PC, it will, if somebody would send me a Mac M4, use Mac M4, that'd be cool. But that's the budget editing computer, design PC. But that's all materialistic, right? I don't need it. I'll probably get a Windows PC. I'll probably get a Windows PC to run just this same software here. I like this. Short people versus the talls. Short people versus the talls. Yeah, left first, right. Yeah, I mean, it's sort of a preference, right? But you got to say that at some point it is the case that when people band together over what they're doing or what they believe, and they say they have to do it, it looks like fascism, right? Hey, you gotta. I think respecting that that's a real thing in society, respecting that it's not just a real thing, but it's a real thing, right? It's real. So the thing is that for me, the right only benefits the rich, and I'm not rich. And for the most people, it's not rich. So I stand on the side of workers. All right. Cool. Yeah. Shout out to you. I think I had something to do with drugs or somebody. Don't quote me on that, though. Okay, cool. The thing is that for me, the right only benefits the rich, and I'm not rich. And most of the people is not rich. So I stand on the side of the workers. Cool. Yeah. Hey, let me tell you this, though. Having worked in business, these assholes that you're standing next to, these quote workers, half these assholes are going to own rental properties later on. The people you would expect to be successful are going to do it. They're the same people as anyone else. They're the same people, right? They're not Mother Teresa, right? They're, if they're skipping Chipotle now, it's so they can get a timeshare in Jamaica or, whatever it is. They want to go to Ibiza and, drop out on acid with whoever the fuck it is, right? David Guetta and Seven Lions or something like this. So that's the one part that makes me skeptical is you're not talking about reality. You're talking about biasing a person. MAGA Donald Trump says violent leftists, and you got to have these warriors, these war fighters. We define warriors. Why is that happening today? Why did we redefine warriors and Donald Trump's beautiful military protects them? I'm just curious, right? I'm curious about it a little bit. The other side of it too is, I'm not trying to put too much stuff out there, but, yeah. But I mean, it's just, yeah, where do the economists I read in college, where does Jeffrey Sachs, where do the Bengali guys, right? My Bengali Indian motherfuckers know this, right? My Indian motherfuckers know this, that a World Bank economist took over the presidency of Bangladesh, right? Just recently. So, I know who these people are, Amartya Sen, all these other famous people, great people. These guys didn't say anything about the workers either, so I'm not convinced totally. Sorry if I missed a message. Hey, David, good to see you. I'm doing good. They need more plants from Mars. You said they're free speech, and then you time out people who are condescending to people who disagree with you, and time out, and then you call them anti-Semitic when they aren't anti-Jew. Cool. Yeah, you should become an essayist, my friend. What's up, bro? You want to watch, leave or go and then stay, then I don't care either way. Okay, cool. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, just make sure you improve on whatever it is. How am I doing today? I'm doing good. What's up, Matt Pop 2? What's going on? Good to see you. That's my dog, dude. Yeah, absolutely. Nice $100, right? Yep. Send me money. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm supposed to say, right? You guys, how's this work? Tell me, give me a mic check, 1, 2. Tell me how it sounds. Send me money. I got a super gold chat up. If you guys are new on YouTube, you guys can check the super chat buttons down on the bottom right. My name is Duck. The channel's Ducks Y. Donate money to Duck and Ducks Y. You know it. Okay, nice topic. New topic, somebody says. Bet I can't beat you. I can beat you one game of Fortnite. Maybe I would beat you at Halo, though, right? I would want to learn. Hey, thanks so much, Kaysen. That's too generous. Thank you so much. We got a giant blue super chat making my day from Kaysen. One huge euro dollar coming in. Thank you so much. I think that's a euro dollar, right? That ain't a British pound, is it? This is how dumb I am. This is why you guys don't send me money. This is why you guys don't send me money. Oh, that is a British pound. Brother, how you been? How you been? Kaysen sending a huge British pound in. That's our first British donation on the channel, guys. Believe it or not. Yeah, believe it or not. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. This is an evidence-based politics channel. Yeah, so on normal streams, I'll bring a political science topic or talk about current events relative to, I don't know, kind of something that's a little more evidence-based versus just doing identity politics, right? Trying to get to the point where our opinions, we can back them by evidence or kind of decide what they mean. And maybe even make it a little more efficient to hold political beliefs or hold political truths to be things without screaming on the internet like idiots. But I also cover philosophy, science, physics, whatever you guys want to talk about. Any of those topics, ring a bell. Try to ask and I'll try to answer. And yeah. F Israel, are you gay? Laughing mass. I know it, man. Mia, I don't know who Sweetie Fox is. I think Mia Khalifa is retired now, right? So I don't know. Neither. Yeah. It might help you to pass out. Okay, cool. God, Dave, don't. Guys, if you guys say bad words, I have to. This is why I look like a creep, because I'm going in to click a button every single time, right? So I have to go in and click a button every single time, because YouTube automatically blocks messages. Not that I care, but anyone who announces their age in the chat is just a troll. If a tree falls in the woods, my bad. I meant dog, not Dave. Have I tried durian? I haven't had durian. Your spelling is F. You might have to go to bed if a tree falls in the woods. Right. Outdoor Adventure says LGBTQIA+. Yeah, shout out. Happy Pride Month, everybody. Happy Pride Month. Maybe we can do a queer theory stream. I agree. Fanny Fox is way hotter. Cool. Cool. Hey, what's going on, Elijah? Good to see you. Ain't nobody there to hear it. Yeah. It's true. Yeah. Yeah. I heard Costa Rica is a beautiful place. A beautiful place, isn't it? It's a beautiful place. Legit female. Please discuss the beard. Are you asking me to Hey, the beard's been growing for almost 10 years. I don't like shaving it. I didn't shave it for a long time. It used to be a lot longer. But yeah, now that I'm streaming, I'm a hot, rich white guy. I'm supposed to cut the beard more often. You're gonna meet Diddy or something. Yeah, the Diddy case. We've talked about the shit show, the Diddy case. Donald Trump's patriarchy apparently doesn't exist, and yet we have the Diddy trial. We've got the Epstein files. We've got violent men in Washington. So all that stuff. Penny, for your thoughts. I'll do my thoughts for free. If you ask a question, I'm able to answer. Yeah. This is the thing. I don't see. I haven't identified a reason why my own YouTube channel and you guys why it has to change. I'm not going to read or respond to everything all the time, right? I know I sound like an egotist or a narcissist saying that, but I try to, right? Just acknowledging you guys say something, acknowledging you guys thought something. That's cool. But yeah, how long have I been growing it? Yeah, like 5, 6, 7, 8 years. I've used mineral oils, right? I've used black hair care products like beard oils and stuff before. And yeah, worked great, right? Worked great. Use it sparingly, not that often. I think there's a lot of people who just wish grooming was a smaller part of life, and that we could replace that time and money and energy with something productive, but I'm probably not the only one. So, whatever. Whatever. It's nice to dress up too. I got suit jackets in the background. One of those is a Hugo Boss. One of them needs to be dry cleaned. So yeah, all that stuff. Yeah. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving. Let your requests be made known to God. 7, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. Okay. Hey, thank you, Paul. Appreciate it. Very kind statement. Good to see you, man. Happy Friday. How is it so short after 7 years? Because I've shaved it a couple times. I knew this goth chick named Penny who was bad at, and I remember to ask her out one time, but the day I planned on doing, she apparently changed schools, and that crushed me. Cool. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I'm not going to comment on because I don't know you, your eighth grade, whatever story, your eighth grade having a crush on a girl story. Dang, it's fine. Y'all want to go here. Cool. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you again, Miss Legend. Take care. You guys can check the channel page for the channel rules too, irrespective of how old you are. Just a reminder that we have channel rules. If I see I was quiet and watching for TOS violations. If you guys violate TOS rules or do something which I think makes you either too big of a douchebag or violates just standards of internet safety, I'll also ban you from the channel. I'll ask you to signify or notify me when you come in on alt so I can ban those as well too. And I'll make sure every single account you ever make is banned and you never interact here again. Gopchicks go hard. I second. Jamie Castillo, you're not the only one. I trim only on special occasions. Hey, Notero, bro. Hey, my uncle Tio, he was Cali Norteño. What's up? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Dude with a crush got crushed. Yeah. You're 34? Cool, cool. Nice. I'm 36. I'm 36. Yeah, I'm 36 years old. Yep. Hey, thanks so much. Real Puppy Man Gamer sent the times 5, times 5. Thank you so much. Times 9. What up? Oh, times 13. Thank you. Too generous. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, bro. We got the times 13 in chat from Real Puppy Gamer. Thank you so much. 1991, 1989. Yeah, I got that Taylor Swift here, boy. What up? What up, you baby back? Yeah, what up? I got that Taylor Swift here. I used to date a British chick. Actually, cool. Can we get some brains in the chat? Yeah, let's get some brains in the chat. I want some real brains. I want some real brains. I'm brain dead right now. Yeah, guys, hit me with that $100 super chat so I can comfortably live my dream of buying an 8K gaming PC. I can buy more academic textbooks. I can give you guys all the brains you want in 4K format. Do you and Fortnite? Hey, what's going on, Luke Baker? Thank you. 2007, 2008 were the best years. After 2010, everything sucked. That sucks. Cool. Oh, cool. Hey, Norteño, que Hondas. Yeah. I don't even remember what it was like, right? These were the years that the first times that U.S. troops from Iraq and Afghanistan were coming back home. And they're coming back home, sometimes damaged with PTSD and with the scars of the war, right? The scars of the war on their hands. I was so tired at the time, I didn't like it. I didn't like it all the time. So, I tried to take my time to learn from that. I talked to my uncle Theo. I said, "Hey Theo, why don't we meet up Sunday morning? Bright and early. We can get a michelada and watch football." And my uncle Theo, he looked at me and he said, "Ramon's got the spider tattoo. Cali Norteño, bitch. Where are we meeting?" He says. And so we meet up, and I say, "I don't know about this war," and he goes, "Hey, something? Me either." And yeah, that's my uncle Theo. He was always comforting me. He was always making me feel accepted. You know, my uncle Theo, when I said, your brother and your brother and my mother, they weren't always very nice to me, Uncle Theo. I sometimes felt like I wasn't treated fairly as a child. Uncle Theo would always say, "I'll slap you. You're a bitch." These were my childhood experiences growing up. Yeah. Yeah. It's what I thought. Happy Pride Month. Hey, please don't cry. A day today is me, John, Super John. Thanks. Hey, hello. God bless our troops. I used to not gamble and I play the odds. Hey, thank you. Cool. When times are bad, my uncle Theo would say sometimes we desperately want to submit to God's will. My uncle Theo said sometimes we want to submit ourselves to the only God one can worship that day. And to my Theo, he said, when you watch the Aliens movie, sometimes they take you up on the mother's hip and you don't know where you end up, right? This is what my uncle Theo told me. And he goes, yeah, you never know because, God maybe made man on earth, but maybe when the Christians say this, these, your little PDF creepy preachers and the whatnot, my uncle Theo would say, who knows, maybe they're talking about the mother's hip, right? And they're actually talking about, these alien spaces, you got Elon Musk trying to go to Mars. He could be an alien, right? You don't know, he could be. How do you even know, man? I'm a veteran too. Desert Storm. Hey, what's going on? Jamie Castillo was in what's it called? Was in Desert Storm with George Bush, one of the Republicans. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. You're talking about Garden Wherefore or the OG games. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. Not literally. The only thing I can say is the house always wins. What about my tiny tower? I got up to 32 floors. Hey, I want dual channel 16 gigabyte RAM, right? What the fuck is that? My uncle Theo would say to me. And I say, Theo, it's so I could play games online. I could build a Roblox for it. Yeah. He goes, if you were my friend Ramon, I would slap you and say you are a bitch. Sorry. The Chupacabra, 32 gigabyte, 32 floor. I got 32 bodies. I'm laying 32 more. I got 32 bank accounts, 32 cryptos, 32 scams I'm running with 32 bitchos, though. Yo, what up? Is that right? Hell yeah. Streaming needs Munich on the shin. Open mind, bro. Are we having fun yet? Guys, we have been going almost 2 hours. You guys can see we got 4 minutes left on the goal. If anybody wants to consider in the next couple months, guys, I love streaming for free. We don't charge for super chat questions. If you guys want to support animal rescue charities, NGOs, your favorite local charities, your favorite streamers online, please do so. Please consider supporting my channel in the next couple months or year. If you guys want to drop a sub, drop a like on the stream. This has been a ton of fun. Yeah, Valorant pulling up saying stop yapping, buddy. I love it, man. I've been yapping for almost 2 hours, folks. I love to play. Do you support ducks or trains? I like both being pie. I love both. Get a job, gang, gang. I got Roses Wilton. I got Roses Wilton. I got Roses Wilton. I got no channels, no channels filtering, no channels filtering, no channels slipped in, no channels giving a fuck what I've been getting in. Because I've already been gotten in. I already been gotten to. I already been Ubuntu'd up on $2 Buddy don't need no job. Buddy don't need no job. Is that what we say here? What up, Kawasaki? Yell as loud as you can for $60. Yeah, I mean, if you send $60 right now, I'll yell as loud as I can. Yeah, I'll do a real. Hey, thanks so much for the huge $5 coming in. Thank you so much. Very generous. Thank you so much. Too generous. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. I heard the game is good, but I don't know. I never tried it, right? Kawasaki, you're projecting again. Oh, man. You literally eat. Oh, my God. Thank you. $2. Hey, thank you so much. Huge, huge $20 super chat coming in. Thanks so much, guys. We got $25 on the screen. That is very charitable, very generous. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. $2. I like to jerk off on the shower while choking myself with the belt and crying. That's dirty. That's disgusting, guys. Guys, this is a comedy channel. This isn't one of those, anything goes type channels, right? This isn't one of those, whatever. I'm just saying, if you do those things the right way, I don't know that you get more people, we're worried about you, right? That's kind of like, I think that's one of those things that's on the edge. Shout out to Anthony Bourdain, though. Yeah. I think I just do it this way. Yeah, we don't say that stuff. Okay. Yeah, man, I can't even read it. Like, I've never played, bro, but I heard some stuff in it. Duck, it's because they don't have an argument. Yeah, man. Yeah, I never played it, bro, but I heard some stuff in it. You, hey, what's going on? You should try Valorant. Okay, cool. Wow. Woo. Yes, sir. Unc, stop begging for money. All right, I'm done. I'm done begging for money. Laughing Horses Orifice headquarters inside Wisconsin since 2007. Laughing Horses Orifice headquarters inside Wisconsin since 2007. One more time, all right? Laughing Horses Orifice headquarters inside Wisconsin since 2007. Since 2007. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Rhyme the words, I guess. Is that how we do it? The way you say it is the way I pray it. I got Jesus on my feet. That's the way I say it. Yeah. The gospel of Paul, the gospel of Luke, the gospel I said, the gospel I spoke. Dog, 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 dog. Doggy, dog, dog. The doggy, dog, 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 dog. The dog, dog, dog. The dog, dog, dog. Most cringiest live stream of the day. I'm leaving Unc, get a job. That's all I have to say. Here's an emoji. It's a symbol of my love. It ain't even looking at the world. This kid's out of luck. Maybe you'll be an artist. Maybe a barista. I feel sorry for the roses you're leaving on the tea though, cuz Kai T diggy diggy D. More white boy raps. Hey, what's going on, Almost High? Good to see you. Happy evening. Do you ever sleep? Good to see you. Thanks so much for the huge $2. Too generous, too charitable. Thank you so much to our very, very, what do we say? I hope it's okay if I say Almost High is our secret genius, very proper mod. She's one of the coolest people to come in. Absolutely. Almost High is very proper. Yeah. They'd have to invent a second English language, right? A second English language to describe how cool Almost High is. Bluey and Paw Patrol, where it's at, right? Okay. Sing a rap song. Can we watch Little Baby Ow? Bite your tongue. Washing dishes, hard stop, yeah, and love the musical interludes. Yep, that's right. Absolutely. Yeah. Yep. Cool. He's just here for the bait. Don't worry about it, man. Hey, I'm not here to become a celebrity or to tell you that you're right or wrong about things. Um, yeah. Hey, thanks so much for the GGs. Very generous. Thank you. Oh, the times two, times two. Thank you. Very generous. Thank you. Times five. No ways. Times 10. What? That's crazy. Times 15 on the GGs. That's the craziest thing I've ever seen. That's one of those craziest gem gifts I've ever seen, guys. Guys, when you guys drop donations to your favorite streamers, you guys can, right? Rich white guys like me, when you guys are going to donate to other streamers, you can show people how it's done. Nice, thoughtful comment. People that come back that I appreciate, right? I love seeing Paul in chat. I love that. I love seeing that times 15 by Como Bibi, the GGs, the Unk Alert. Oh my God, back to back. Thank you. It's very generous, very generous, guys. You guys have given way too much money to me on this stream. Thank you. Please don't feel obligated. Guys, other rich white guys, feel free to do some nice charitable things for other streamers, other people. I do appreciate it, however, as well. I don't think streamers are allowed to. I don't know what the rule is, the convention. But thank you. I was talking about some dude trolling, not you. Hell yeah. Oh shit, Unk. Yeah, I love that Unk Alert. Rich black guys. Cool. Just rich guys, right? Isn't that just rich guys? You know, once you're rich, you still have somebody ask you how you prefer to invest. They still ask you how you're doing right now. It still matters if you're talking to someone about your business, if you are talking to someone about money, it matters if you have cash right now or not. Like, it's all the same for everybody, isn't it? It matters, like, if you're a tech guy, it still matters. Like, well, what are you doing, right? What are you learning right now? What are you doing? What are you guys all learning right now? It's so crazy. Dingus. I'm heading to bed. It's like 4 a.m. Cool. Good night. Yeah, I don't know. High energy nighttime streams. Man, I don't think YouTube's gonna solve it. That's a big bite for even for a Google sized company. Hey, Seattle, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? Yeah, absolutely. Go kick rocks. They're gonna say, hey, get out of town, copper. Yeah. If old man McNeely wants you robbing the bank, we're gonna say rob the bank. Get out of town, copper. Leave us alone. Yeah, the guy ain't even a gator. I want duck curry. I want to be a vegan. I am vegan. Hey, Cali Norteño, Alejandro. Hey, shout out Cali Norteño to Costa Rica. What's up, Holmes? No. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you guys. Shout out to my leftist friends in chat. Shout out to my right wingers. Guys, this has been so much fun so far. Guys. I ain't closing it down quite yet. But yeah, it's awesome. It's really great to see everybody, and I hope you guys are all doing super good. Man, you guys are my rock and shield, right? You guys are my real Christian religion, right? I didn't have the Christian religion. I had Catholicism growing up. I had Buddhism as a child when I was learning to crawl, and now I got the internet, guys. Hell yeah. That's absolutely right. That's dope, Paul. That's dope, man. Yeah, that's really cool. That's super cool. I want to know, can you show me? I want to know about these creatures like me. I want to know, can you show me? I want to know about these creatures like me. Yuck. Good night, mate. Duck, but it my or not. But is it mine or not? Alejandro, it is yours for whatever it is. It's yours. Remember, positive, negative isn't about the energy, the Leos. It's not about the astrology. It's about who you are as a person. Oh my God. It's about who you are as a person. Thank you, Almost High. Thanks for the sparkles. Chippy Pig says Genesis. Cool. I want to know about these creatures like me. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I look like Destiny, but with testosterone. Cool. Yeah. Destiny provides a valuable service and good information. Yeah, he's a very well researched. I think the really nice things I would say about Destiny is he shows up prepared. He shows up willing to defend moral positions and be very well educated. And Destiny is very consistent about supporting evidence, about supporting science, and about allowing norms and things like this to usually come after an argument. Yeah. So, yeah, I think Destiny's would be a. If you guys are hanging out on a politics stream, I think Destiny would be a fine place to go and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, it's cool, right? What? Oh, thanks so much, Don. Thank you so much. Don Posse says flow state. What's these buttons he is? What's these button he is? Don Posey? Don Posey, what's it mean? Flow state. All right, there we go. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, what? Duh Bears. Duh Bears. There we go. There we go. Thank you again, Paul. Thank you again, Paul. I appreciate it hugely to you. Thank you. You, they say. Hey, good night. Good night. Have a good night. Take care. We'll see you. Oh, I exist. Hi. Hey, what's going on? Eddie Siciliano. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? The fuck is this guy? How you doing? Just subscribed. No. Oh, Not June says, oh, I exist. Hi. Hey, what's going on? Nice June? Hell yeah. What's going on, everybody? Good to see you. Good to see everybody here. Yeah. So I say Genesis. Oh, I got you now. Yeah, Phil Collins, Genesis. Yeah, great 70s, 80s band. New Blitz TV. Do I do any yeah, I don't know why you're, asking about drugs coming in like that, Craig Posh. I don't think you're like that, but if you're saying it like that, what do you mean? What do you mean? Sudafed is a myth. I'm from Tucson, and it's more theology or just opinion. I'm from Tucson, Arizona, and is this more theology or just opinion? I can do. I wouldn't call myself a theologian. Yeah, I wouldn't call myself a theologian, but yeah. Yeah. Shout out to you, though. Tucson's a cool place. Love Tucson. You're wide awake at 4:30. Yeah. Is everyone doing good? Yeah, everybody's doing really good here. Yeah, they're all over. They're finding it though. Trustworthy people, right? Hey, serious question, right? Serious fucking question. So take yourself seriously. Okay. Hey, what's going on? Maxwell Decker, how you doing? Maxwell Decker, 88, 86. What's going on? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, Maxwell. I got friends south of Tucson. Yeah, plenty of people I know have driven drunk in Tucson, Arizona. Good school, U of A, good medical school, good campus. No, I was just kidding. Cali Norteño, you got street signs in kilometers, you got Sonoita, you got rainforest hiking, all kinds of stuff down there. Beautiful. Mount Lemon, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Do you think riches lies most? Where do your riches lie most deeply? Would you say? What I do that's valuable is my subjective feeling. If I can put it this way, my subjective feeling is that when things go worse in society, I feel like I'm more prepared to go live and stream. I feel like I'm more prepared to support people. To me, it's not that difficult to open space and respond to situations the way I would if nothing bad was happening. Yeah. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not true. But I think being a strong person in times that are not unclear, I think is something I'm good at. Meet Virginia. Yeah, Virginia. Yeah. Beautiful state, I suppose. I don't know that much about Virginia. Yeah. What is Charlie Xavier really like? I don't know who that is. Charles Xavier? I didn't see there's, if there's vintage news. Hey, I live in a mansion. I'm a rich white guy. Can I be a mod? I know I might be new, but I'm good at it. We're not doing that. Thank you, EA Terry. Appreciate you though. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. Um, are you sitting in your bathroom? I could be. What do you want? Craig Posh says UK here. Oh, what's going on? Our British friends. What's going on? Shout out to you in the UK. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Man, I was behind on the news. I'm a politics channel and I just heard late too about the Belfast protest. That's crazy. We got people in the United States, we got people driving cars into, familias crossing the street. We got all kinds of crazy stuff going on, right? Cale norteño, right? No, this is just people being stupid. Stupido. Are you this dumb, man? Why Trump ain't arrested yet? I got no clue, being pie. Yeah. I don't oppose Donald Trump like saying arrest him because I don't know him. He's still my president. But I think if you ask me as a Democratic voter, no, I don't think he's qualified for the job, and it's very clear. I think we will continue to assess Donald Trump based on his stated beliefs and do so at the level of a president, right? It's presidential politics after all. So isn't time always unclear unless you live in the now? Michael Brogins is such a stickler for this kind of stuff. Dang, dude. This is a broken tripod leg from a gorilla pod, right? A gorilla pod is a very fancy kind of tripod because it bends and you can shape it and you can like I could wrap this around my finger and right. Maybe I could give it to an e-girl and say, "Hey girl, what's up? Will you marry me one day?" And they'll say, "What? That's so funny." I'm going to say yes. And I'll say, "Hell no, this is so fucking weird. You and I agree about that. I was just kidding. I hope you know that." And she says, "So was I." And I say, "No, but what I mean is really, I was kidding. Good for you, right?" Are you a political commentator? I guess. Why ain't Trump arrested? Yeah, answer, comment on that political question then, right? I don't know. Time is a construct. The now is past and then is now. You're so handsome. Thank you, Samuel Garcia, I guess. Yeah, thank you. I appreciated the compliment. Thank you. Isn't time always unclear unless you live in the now, someone says. Time is a construct. Yeah. The fact that Kant's sense of space-time, Immanuel Kant's sense of space-time, which at the time Kant spoke, many thought that this idealized views of our phenomenal world was exactly what positive study and what people like David Hume were talking about, right? He wasn't trying to oppose the scientific norms of the day, but it seemed that his metaphysics weren't in opposition to other smart intellectuals. You could debate it and argue about what you actually do, but it seemed pretty solid. And yet now we know in 2026 that this sense of time is a heuristic, right? The fact that the past precedes the future, the past precedes the present, and then the future comes from the present. There's no reason in scientific descriptions of reality this has to be the case, even though there are very interesting arguments about maybe what you would earn by sort of analyzing the universe in the sense, if it's true or not. You lived in the US, you sound Canadian, even though it looks like you might be wearing a Retro Bears jersey. Yeah, I live in Arizona. I'm in the Southwest United States. The internet is real racial right now. I feel like they're trying to jump off a race war. They want us in the hate frequency. Yeah. Hey, shout out to you, Smoother Shot. Hopefully you guys are having a more peaceful weekend. Happy Pride Month to everybody. Yeah, and shout out to you in Ireland too. Yeah. Cool. You've been a very naughty, naughty Belfast, right? Very naughty Belfast, isn't as it were. Very, wait, hold on. Give me 1 second, lads. I'm not done yet. I'm not done. Very naughty Belfast. Tisk, tisk, tiskin. What was it you saw that you had to go see again, as it were? I am evil. Pride comes before the fall. Ah, Michael Brogans is catching on to a point we see. What was it we saw, Belfast? Naughty, naughty girl. Of course. Princess Truck says bros before hoes. Cool. All right. The youthful energy is filling up the chat, as it were. As it were. Yes. Really? Really? Who'd have known? Who'd have known? It's just what it is. Thank you. All right. Clown Joshua guy is voicing what's on my mind. Ah, Maria de Guadalupe. Maria appeared to many people. Have I heard of cyber gang stalking, and what is my take on it? Yeah, I think when there is an issue of some form of psychology or an experience, I think something we do in philosophy is just grant people their experience, right? We don't disagree with people like seeing Maria de Guadalupe or cyber and gang stalking. So, yeah. Yeah. And so I wouldn't be discussing it as a phenomenon in the world. Yeah, as a phenomenon in the world. Yeah. I once made a fake Discord account of a girl. USA for the World Cup, right? Aren't we supposed to root for our countries? I'll just say USA for now. USA to win the World Cup soccer. How do you feel about the Bears going to Indiana? Oh, man, probably not good, right? Yeah. Yellow Hemp says star. Yeah. Cool. Right. Right. It's very weird. Very weird. Good ways to die. Ow. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? What the fuck, Forrest? I was in here fucking your mom, Forrest. What the fuck? I just seen Jersey and assumed you'd be upset. Yeah. Yep. You are more rational than I am in this conversation and space. Yeah. Yes. That's true. That's true. You are more rational than I am in this space. I am wearing a Legacy Jay Cutler jersey, no less. Yeah. I actually filmed a short. I think I filmed my short in this, but I did my live stream. I'm not like a mega Bears fan, but I just, for whatever reason, put on the Bears jerseys tonight, and I had the Matt Forte jersey on earlier. Did you ever watch the Casino movie with Robert De Niro? It's been a while. It's been a while, right? Yeah. I have seen it, but it's been a long time since I watched the movie. Yeah, since I watched the movie, Yeah. It's funny in Costa Rica, right? You motherfuckers. No, you motherfucker, right? You motherfucker. You guys want In the past it was, oh, you got to get these loaded HD terabyte sticks for places where everybody doesn't have the internet, but you have computers. You could load all the movies onto things. Isn't this was I don't know if I'm making stuff up, but now everybody wants AI memory, server memory, whatever. I don't know if that's true. I'm making stuff up, but yeah, they moved all the casinos to Costa Rica. Oh, cool. FIFA 2016, you got France, 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 France. We got sports bets. Casino is the classic. You got France, France, France. You got just a 10-second timeout, and that's it, just to get the messages off the screen. Thank you so much. Arze, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the gold coin. Appreciate it, brother. Aaron Rodgers said he will retire after the season, but he's only kidding. He plans to come back for the pack at age 50 to continue ownership of the Bears once again. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. For the gold coins. Yeah. Yeah, that would be pretty bad. Yeah. Hello, we are contacting you regarding community guidelines breaches. You have 20 minutes. Someone is moving behind you. Cool. Thank you. Obese. Yes, correct. Duck, did you ever enroll with the army? No, I did not. I'm not a veteran. I do stolen valor content. All right, guys, I'm going to shut down the stream pretty soon. Rogers is done after this year. They might come sign, but they won't play. I saw the door open. Did you? I saw myself getting the fuck up. I'll be right back. Come with. Hey, come with. 1 second. Come with. Come. Come. For the other dweebs that can't leave the house, come outside. Have a smoke with me. Why is every live just filled with trolls? See ya. If you want to prove existentialism, Here's something interesting. Here's something interesting is that um, going through the possible information states of something like what exists in the brain or what is at the center of a star, right? Like even though the brain is more isn't the brain is more complex, right? The brain is more complex in terms of physical structure. Um, but we would still think that in the grandness of the universe, isn't something like a star, it's pretty wild. The informational states that actually exist. I don't know. What's like the actual real physics of it? I think it's a good question, at least, even though I'm not a physicist. So, but if you want to talk about existentialism, saying that a picture of the brain or a picture of all of the fusion reactions and the particles and energy being released and what they could become and what they um, are your teeth, shark, talk and show your teeth? I don't use my teeth that often. I don't use my teeth that often. I'm a vegan. I am a vegan. Yeah, but shout out to you. Yeah, thank you. But to say that these pictures both also have fundamental things in them, and who's to actually say? You could spend literally, you could hire the top 20 philosophers and you as a billionaire to go to a place like Maldives and hold a conference, a private thinking conference about complexity and fundamentalism and relations in the universe. And who knows, maybe you do shave things away and there's illusions that we lose. Um, However, if you look and you see, well, there seems to be two actually pretty good systems that we developed because we're professionals. Um, and and yeah, and you might say that the things that bridges these things is itself a lack. The thing that bridges these ideas, if it doesn't exist, well, it exists in that it's a lack. You can say I hold to both, or I hold to both, and they're about the same particular objects when we're doing particulars versus categories or concepts. When we're doing particulars, which are specific things of a thing, then we would say, well, stars are brains, and neurons or photons or particles, math relations and math stuff. The bridge between these is a lack. It's a nothing. So what should I be a Buddhist? Should I be an existentialist? Why did I spend all this money? It doesn't seem that clear. It seems like we can just decide these things. Hey Larry, great to see you. Great to see Mr. Evil Larry's in the chat. Doyle rules. Cool. Jay Cutler's synonymous with getting picked by Packers fans as their favorite Bear quarterback. Yeah, it was a fun team to watch, though, man. It was a fun team to watch. That was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Somebody said Drugas. What's going on with Drugas? Where am I from? I'm from Arizona in the Southwest United States. Arizona, Southwest United States, like a desert. Odorless Bane and banana, like a desert, yeah. Like or something. Yeah, like a desert. Yeah. Money for proof, no prosperity. How does that plug into it? Yeah. Because it does. Yeah, because it does. Yep. I do all of this. I do all of this for a living. Yep. I do all of this for a living. I do all of this for a living. Yep. Yep. Some do. Yeah, some do. People in Australia, yeah, no, I don't know. Some people do. Some do. Yeah. Yep. 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 Can do anything I want. Anything I want. I wrote a blog on fatalism the other day that might be interesting, but yeah, appreciating, acknowledging to me, acknowledging that we do have irrational behavior and beliefs is also part of accepting that we can sometimes behave rationally. Yeah, behave rationally. Yeah. Arizona, Arizona in the Southwest. I'm in Arizona in the Southwest United States. Yeah. It's illegal to be a good person in many places. It's illegal to be a good person in many places. Vaping can be illegal. Giving money to charity can be illegal. It's illegal that you give money to charity. It was illegal for you to donate your time and energy and political beliefs to charity because of war, because of war, because it's ugly, because it's something, because it is something, because the good is something. Yes. 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 My principles I've held very close and dearly to my heart. I've tried to live in a way where the things I believe can be true are important. And because they're important, I've tried to think about them as deeply as my brain allows where I'm at and who I am. And so, because those things are deeply held, I also believe that when people say things like something is caused or explained or is, I believe that those deeply held things are also um, important. They're important aspects of what the universe ought to be. What the universe ought to be is not ambitious. The universe ought to be authentic and true to itself. And that is because that is the only way the universe can be. So you are letting someone dominate you. You're letting someone dominate you and lie to you. You're letting someone forget that you're a punk. You're letting someone that forget it, forget. You're letting people make you forget. You forget that you're a moral punk. You forget that you are a moral punk. You forget that you're not in a cult. You forget that there is no cult leader. You forget that your cult leader cannot tell you what you see and what you experience. Your cult leader cannot tell you what is big and what is small. Your cult leader can't tell you what is small is not important or true. Your cult leader can't tell you that what is big matters or doesn't matter. Hey, what's going on, Keith and friends? Keith and friends, what's going on, buddy? How are you? Are you in the U.S. military? How do you feel about the Trendeagua Agrura strike? Do you have an opinion? Do you have an opinion on it? They burned that guy alive. Blasted. Man, slow motion. Every little bit of you, Every second of every minute, it's a different demon, a different creature, a different god, a different state of being taking over, destroying this person's life. Man, that's brutal, dude. Imagine that 1,000 times over. Can you picture it? I do. 1,000 times over, dude. That's everything, man. That's going to be pretty bad. That's going to be pretty brutal, my friend. Yeah, they're going to spell that one out. Cal Norte, bitch. Que hondas, güey. What's up? Tren de Aragua, United States military. What's up? What's up? The universe has its laws. This means it's inherently benevolent. Wow. Wow. My intuition hammer is going off again. Wow. Wow. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. I wouldn't have thunk it. I wouldn't have thunk it. I'm just an asshole sitting here, apparently. I'm a fucking idiot. I must be born yesterday. The universe is and has laws. This means it is inherently benevolent. It's a very nice statement, right, Everett? Done, finished. Hey, thank you, Florida. Criminal fool. Hey, que hondas. Bro, what's motor home to met out? Yeah, shout out to you. You know, the funny thing is their own people got him killed. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, you're telling them all what to do. They're telling them what to do, how to be in the first place. You know, they wouldn't leave it out there like that, dude. They wouldn't leave it out there, right? You got to save that. You got to save that for the home run. That's how you really suffer. Hey, Austin Murphy, have a good night, brother. I love you, man. I love you. I hope you know that, brother. I never met you. Who knows? Maybe we'll never meet. But yeah, have a good one, dude. Cal Norte, bitch. Thanks for all the likes and stuff like that today. I think I'm going to go to bed with Austin Murphy now. I'm going to go to bed. I don't know if he's still watching, but I'm going to go chase that ass, right? I'm going to go chase that ass. I'm going to go see what he's up to. You know? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, you said it, right? That's racist, right? Now you make it racist, right? I just make it what it is. I just was saying what it was going to be. No offense. Yeah. All right, guys. Good night. I'm going to close the stream down. Thank you guys so much. Can I get one more like? 55 likes on the dot. One more like exactly. 55 likes on the dot. Anybody? Anybody? One. Going once, going twice. Going once, going twice. One more like. One more like. Double tap the screen. Double tap the screen. Thank you so much. That's 55 likes on the stream. I don't know why. Hey, that's very greedy, right? Now we are symmetrical. It's not Brian Urlacher's number. No more good stuff, right? Hey, we are done with the stream. Thank you guys so much. Hey, red card from Ryan Everett. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. 56 likes. Thank you so much, guys. Hype the stream, right? I guess that's what 57 likes. Whoa, thank you guys so much. Hey, Meadowbirds. Hey, appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. You guys were very charitable, very generous this stream. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. All right, guys. Yes. All right, guys, if you guys want to bring politics questions, maybe next stream I'll have my Chromebook more available. I can bring in some political science, political philosophy, religion stuff. We can always do that stuff. It's also fun to just hang out, say back what you guys say, kind of react, respond to stuff. You know, yeah, the format and stuff like that. Who knows? Like I mentioned, I cut down the Restream studio room. So maybe into the future, we'll see at some point. Can I join the call? Yeah, maybe we'll see about rejoin functions. We'll start up a, what's it called, like you know, a BSing room where we can just hang out, have some fun, talk about stuff. But yeah, that stuff, it went away. I didn't think there was quite enough there for it yet, guys. And I like this format, right? I like being in front of you guys. I like feeling responsible for the words I say now and into the future. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. And yeah, if you guys subscribed and you want to check out my most recent short, I walk through just some of the sort of operational details that maybe took place in the Tren de Aragua assassination. I've got the pictures up on there, so that's in the most recent short on the short side of my page. And enjoy the rest of your night, guys. I'll catch you guys later. Thanks again for all the love. I just joined. What are we talking about? This is a politics channel. Yeah, if you like live streams, I do go live every day. And yeah, feel free to join again. If not, maybe I'll catch you in the algorithm some other time. Shout out to Germany, Mr. Bippers. I'm in the US, so I'm not always live at this time. But yeah, good to see you guys. Good to see you guys.